A guy casually films himself wrangling a venomous snake inside someone's house, cool as ever, using a big plastic water bottle to scoop it up and get it out.
Oh, wow. พร้อมที่จะเข้าขวดเลยเต็มขวดแล้วเรียบร้อย
He stays calm the whole time, carefully guiding the snake in without freaking it out.
เรียบร้อยครับเดี๋ยวพร้อมเจาะรูหลายคนสงสัยว่าจับแล้วมันเดี๋ยวไม่เจาะรูนะครับน้องจะหายใจไม่ได้ผมเจาะรูให้เรียบร้อยเป็นงูเห่าไทยครับเห่าไทยไม่ได้พ่นครับเห่าไทยครับมันล้อเข้ามา
Once it's in, he caps the bottle and carries it outside like it's no big deal. Honestly, it's a wild mix of nerve and chill, like dudes taking catch and release way too literally. He even pokes breathing holes in the bottle for the snake, like it's a pet or something. TikTok user Chase had a seriously creepy encounter in the public bathroom at his own apartment complex. He says he was using the gym like usual and popped into the men's room, which is usually pretty empty around that time. While he's in the stall on the right, he notices someone come in, and then in full horror movie fashion, this person drops to all fours and crawls under the stall door next to him, like something straight out of The Grudge. A few seconds later, the same weirdo tries to peek under his stall. That's when Chase noped out of there, grabbed his phone, and went to confront the guy.
Talking about?
I was making sure you're not doing drugs and shit.
I look at the stall and you're looking at me under the stall. That's
because
weird.
I'm trying to make sure you're not doing drugs.
No, come out here. Come out here.
The hell are you talking about, man? I'm not trying to look at you like that.
I look under the stall and you're crawling under the stall.
Because I'm making sure you're not using needles and shit, dude.
Why would I be using needles?
Because I've seen it before in here. There's homeless people that come in here and use needles.
Nah, dude, we're going to the office. Come on.
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. What's your name, dude?
What?
You don't know how mad that just made me.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm literally just trying to make sure you're not doing drugs in here, that's all.
What does that mean?
Because there's people that come in here, there's homeless people that come in here and shoot up in here.
And are you the security?
No, I'm not security. I'm
Then
just like
who
gives
gives you the authority to look underneath the stall?
I'm just looking at the floor, bro.
No, you're not,
I'm trying
dude.
to make sure that you're not like doing weird stuff. I'm not like that, bro. I'm not doing no weird shit. I'm just trying to make sure that I've been in here before and I've seen homeless people coming in and out of here.
You live here?
No, I don't live here.
Then what the
because I have a friend that lives here, dude. That's it. I was invited
Come
over.
here, let's go. Come on.
I'm not following you.
Yeah, you are.
Dude, what the f is wrong with you?
We are going to the front office.
Dude, what the hell is wrong with you?
No.
Dude.
No.
I'll go to the front office
Come
with
on.
you, bro. I have
Come
no
on.
problem.
Okay, then. That's fine.
I don't...
That's all we're doing. I don't think you live here. I don't know who you are. You told me you don't live here.
Dude, I live here.
You said you live next door.
I just don't know you either.
Go.
That's it.
Go.
That's it.
You told me you don't live. Where are you going? You said you'll go to the
going.
office. The office is this way. No, dude. No.
You're not doing
Dude, you are a creep. And outrun me. I'm following you.
For what?
Come on. I'm
For
calling the
what?
cops right
For
now.
What? The hell is wrong with you? The f is wrong with you? I'm trying to make sure you're not using drugs. What the hell is wrong with you? Leave me the f alone.
How can you be saying what's wrong with me when you're looking underneath the
looking at
stalls?
you, dude.
Who are you looking at then? Whoever's there?
It doesn't matter. You're just a random person in the bathroom. There's never anybody in there. That's it. And the only people I see is homeless people going in.
You don't even live there.
Yes, I do.
What apartment building?
You don't need to know my apartment building. That's none of your business. I don't even know your name. I don't know nothing about you.
Go back to the office with me.
Nobody's
Why not?
following you anywhere.
Why not?
Because
Because why?
I don't know you.
Why don't you want to go back? Do you think what you were doing was right?
No, obviously.
Don't get hit by a
but
car.
I'm not getting hit by a car. Obviously, they're gonna stop. You're gonna
Dude,
like follow me the whole way.
Yeah, dude, I called the cops already.
Oh,
I did.
I didn't do anything.
You're looking at me underneath the bathroom stall in my apartment complex. I'm crazy? What do you mean? What's crazy about it?
I'm looking at you, bro. I'm looking to make sure you're not using drugs. That's it.
So you're crawling on bathroom?
Under the stall.
Yes, you did.
I didn't crawl.
You were
under
on
the
your
stall.
stomach.
What are you talking about? Are you okay? Are you okay?
You know, I've never actually come across a crazy person until right now.
That's fine. You can think I'm crazy.
In his final update, Chase says he told the management and their only advice, just use the deadbolt on the outer door next time. Not exactly the comforting response he was hoping for. On March 22, 2024, something tragic happened at Icon Park in Orlando, Florida. The incident involved a ride called the Orlando Freefall, which drops riders 20 stories in just about 3.5 seconds. That night, 14-year-old Tyler Sampson, a rising football talent, decided to give it a shot with his friends. He was already 6 feet tall and weighed around 380 pounds, even though the ride had a weight limit of 285. Despite that, a staff member who had only been on the job for 3 days let him on anyway. When Tyrese's harness wouldn't lock properly, the worker reportedly used the wrench to give it a few extra inches of space. What they didn't mention was that once the ride hits the top, 430 feet up, the seats tilt forward about 30 degrees, adding to the thrill. Bystanders caught the whole thing on camera. For obvious reasons, the full video isn't shared, but what happened before and after is just as chilling.
I love that you guys laid out.
That's MYUU. Yeah, that motherfucker like that. Y'all ever been on here before?
Negative.
I've never had it either.
That's great. That's
You know how you're going? 400.
oh,
Hey, you take your seatbelt on the left side. Seatbelt.
nope.
Seatbelt.
Yeah.
As the ride started to slow down near the bottom, Tyler slipped out of the harness and fell the final 100 feet. The lack of proper employee training was painfully clear.
Did you check it?
Yeah, the thing is under. The lights are going.
You guys are sure you checked it?
Yeah, the lights are.
A photo taken just before the fall shows Tyler's harness clearly not secured, proof that this whole thing could have been prevented. The ride was shut down immediately and never reopened. His family took legal action against the company that built the ride. They didn't even show up to court, and the hearing lasted just 1 day. In the end, the Sampson family was awarded $310 million. Icon Park is still open, but the ride has since been torn down. Looks like this guy totally skipped the "thou shalt not steal" part of the sermon. The LAPD just dropped footage of a man casually walking into church and swiping a metal cross right off the pulpit. Now they're asking for help. If anyone knows who he is, they're told to contact the Hollenbeck division. But hey, maybe there's still hope it'll make its way back. Kinda like what happened in New Jersey. Back in 2018, a church there got a surprise package with a baby Jesus statue inside, plus a note. Turns out it had been a part of their nativity scene and had been stolen all the way back in 1930s. Once the person who had it realized what it was, they returned it anonymously.
Must have bothered somebody enough that they wanted it to come home. And even after what could have been 90 years, they did the right thing.
Hopefully this cross won't take nearly a century to come home. Back in December 2024, a Reddit user named SuperheatRen2 posted something that seriously creeped people out. They shared a photo of the RBI2 subreddit with a caption, "Terrifying film found at a thrift store. Found this film photo at my thrift store inside an old Kodak carousel box." Along with it, they posted a blurry graphic image that basically showed what looked like a nude body lying face down between a bed and a wall. The floor was soaked in blood, with splatters on the bed and wall too. Honestly, it looked like something taken right after a violent crime. Way too real to be a prop or some artsy horror project. About 30 minutes later, they dropped an update saying they didn't buy the carousel but took a photo and stepped outside, then called the non-emergency line to report it. The dispatcher said they'd send someone when available and asked if the user could wait, which they did, just chilling in their car outside the store. An hour after that, they shared another update. A cop showed up, checked out the photo with them, then they both went back inside so the officer could see the exact box it came from. The cop took a picture of the film, sent it to someone else, then grabbed the user's info. They explained how they were just browsing, thought the box looked cool, and got completely blindsided by what was inside. The cop thanked them and said he'd take it from there. Probably no follow-up unless something major came up. Now, usually with stuff like this online, people are super skeptical. They think someone's just making it up for clout. But in this case, most folks actually believe the post. That's how real the photo looked. People even asked for more context, which the OP gave, including a clear pic of the film using their Apple Watch as backlight. That just made it all seem more legit. One commenter pointed out how unsettlingly real the whole thing felt, not overly dramatic or staged. The body didn't fit some horror cliche, and the blood patterns, smudges, and finger marks on the wall all looked authentic. They said they watch a lot of true crime, and this seemed way more real than fake. As for where this came from, well, the carousel seemed to be from the mid-80s. The film itself was sticky, which is common for old film left in warm storage for years. Some guessed it could have been a trophy photo taken by a killer. One person suggested maybe it belonged to a criminology professor and accidentally got mixed in with the other stuff. Another said it might have been evidence from a real case left behind when someone donated the box without realizing what was in it. No one really knows where it came from or how it ended up at the thrift store. The OP hasn't posted any updates in months, and unless the cops reach out with news, this weird find is just gonna stay a mystery. Creepy, huh? Back in March, a TikTok video started making waves. It was filmed at the Hotel del Coronado in San Diego by two paranormal investigators who go by Whisper Tales of Gore. Now, this hotel is no stranger to ghost stories. Since it opened in 1888, it's played host to big names like Thomas Edison, Marilyn Monroe, and Charlie Chaplin. It's even said to have its own resident ghost, Kate Morgan, who was found dead on the property in 1892 under some super sketchy circumstances. But what these two investigators caught on camera seriously creeped people out.
Are you a little boy? It's okay. Come here. It's okay. I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but it looks like it's going like back and forth. See a movie? See a movie?
No.
It's okay.
No, wait. Come back.
Where?
No, you come back. Go straight, look straight towards me. No. Turn towards me like you were earlier. Put your back towards me.
In the clip, you can clearly see what looks like a small, childlike figure walking past the door, leaving them completely speechless. Even Wilder, a hotel employee, later commented, saying they'd seen something similar before. Some folks tried to explain it away, saying it was probably someone walking on a balcony. But here's the thing, the rooms at this hotel don't have balconies, and the investigators are standing firm. They believe what they saw was real.
We had this footage for over a year. We filmed it at Hotel del Coronado. And we have so much more footage that makes that footage look like a joke.
So what do you think it was? Cops in East London have been cracking down hard on theft lately. In one case, 3 suspects followed a woman after she pulled out a bunch of cash from the bank. They waited for the right moment to make their move, but undercover officers were already onto them. The trio got caught red-handed trying to swipe the money from her bag. All 3 were arrested right then and there and are now looking at jail time. Thanks to the quick thinking of the officers, a major theft was stopped before it even happened. Bottom line, pickpockets aren't welcome in London. On September 3rd, 2024, a Reddit user shared something pretty creepy they stumbled on while hiking in Austin, Texas. Their post said, "Some crosses in South Austin. Anyone know what's up? When hiking with my sister and dog today near the Westgate and Stasny area and kept seeing piles of rocks shaped like crosses, we stopped counting after 11. One even had animal bones in it, some weird voodoo or just memorials." They also dropped a bunch of pictures showing what they found, and it definitely wasn't just 1 or 2 crosses. It was a full-blown pattern. The user later added that they didn't see anyone around, but the area was full of trash and felt super off. They said it was creepy. Cross after cross, definitely switching up where we walk the dog. I don't want to run into whoever built those. Now, usually with stuff like this, there's a simple explanation, maybe old memorials or even some old ritual site. But that theory didn't stick because a lot of these crosses had modern stuff in them, like painted metal and concrete, meaning someone had made them pretty recently. So the real question was, who's doing this and why? That's when things took a turn. One user commented something urgent. Call APT/311 and say you think Ramy Zoea is back. He escaped a mental facility in June. No idea if he's still wanted. Google him. Talk to your neighbors. Turns out these crosses were the work of a mentally unstable homeless man named Ramy Zoea.
I'm not entering your camp.
In the last few years, South Austin residents say they have spotted Ramy Zoea building sculptures, taking a sledgehammer to city property, screaming at all hours of the night, and cutting down trees in the greenbelt using a chainsaw and machete.
He's originally from New York and has a long history of mental health issues and violent behavior. One woman shared her experience, saying, "He's super profane. He started targeting me and my small dog, talking about murder, calling me names." Reports about Ramy causing problems in the area go back years. In fact, someone else posted a very similar story in late 2023 about the exact same kind of rock crosses showing up in the same part of town, locals saying his base is in the woods nearby. A quick search confirms Ramy has been arrested 6 times in under a year, but most charges got dropped. In April 2024, he was ordered into temporary mental care, but escaped just weeks later, and it seems like he went right back to making those crosses. As the post gained traction, more people started sharing their run-ins with him. One person said, "I live on Westgate, just a block from the crosses. I recently found a smart key and a lock-picking tool near my back patio. I think he tried to break in. Last year, he'd come steal water from my hose. I reported it, but APD still hasn't done much." Someone else added, "I saw a guy casually walk by and smash a car windshield with a sledgehammer. Just kept walking like nothing happened." Ramy also had a chainsaw. He'd cut down trees at night, claiming the devil was in them. He threatened to murder people, and some say he even cut stray cats in half. Now, there's no official record of animal cruelty charges against him, but considering animal bones were found in those crosses, it's not a huge stretch. As for why he's doing all this, a journalist who spoke to him said Ramy believes he is cleansing the land of satanic worship, and the crosses are his way of driving out evil. Whatever his motive is, it's clear the guy is not well and he's dangerous. Locals are worried it's only a matter of time before he seriously hurts someone. He was arrested again in late September and sentenced to 240 days in jail, but because of time already served, he was released. And yep, as of now, Ramy's still out there. The shopper in this video was hit with a serious accusation trying to snatch a little boy at Walmart. The mom, Caroline Miller, claimed the man asked her where to find Tylenol while they were in Atlanta, and then things got intense.
"Did someone try to take you from Mommy?"
Yeah.
"Over there." And as soon as I did that, that's when he just picked him up out of my arms.
She said there was basically a tug-of-war over her young one and called 911.
I was in the Walmart and I had to rip my baby out of some other man's hands because he was trying to snatch him.
Someone trying to snatch your baby?
Yes.
56-year-old Mahendra Patel ended up being charged with kidnapping and simple assault, but now newly released security footage is telling a whole different story. The video shows Patel calmly asking Miller about Tylenol, and you can even see her pointing him in the right direction.
Children are sort of hanging off of this cart, and you see Mr. Patel almost lean in to help. And then moments later, literally split seconds later, she starts to rise to point out the Tylenol. Then within 1 or 2 seconds after that, you see her in a screen laughing with another gentleman.
Then minutes after she claimed he tried to grab her son, the footage shows Patel coming back, holding the Tylenol and showing it to her, like, "Hey, I found it." After that, he checks out, chats with an employee for a sec, and walks out of the store.
I think it's crystal clear from the video. You can see that there's no assaulting conduct. You can see there's no battery. You can see he doesn't actually take the child from the mother.
On May 23, 2022, firefighters and police rushed to a house after getting reports of thick smoke pouring out. When they got inside, they found 2 young ones, an 8-year-old girl and a 10-year-old boy, both unresponsive and no adult in sight. Body cam footage shows smoke pouring out of the house while firefighters try to put out the flames. One officer can be heard yelling, "I need a medic, medic, now."
They need a medic! 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 Now! Get off the f***ing hydrant!
Yeah, we're on scene. Fire extinguishers. Like I said, someone pulled out 1 person so far. It sounds like there's not a bunch of flames, but there's a ton of smoke coming out of the house. It's about to start flamming up here.
Is that Sarge? Kid is it now?
dash cam later catches an update. Someone managed to pull one person out so far. Officers were unsure how many people were still inside, but one of them mentioned there might be 3 or 4 young ones who live there. That info came from a neighbor who wasn't totally sure, just knew there were usually a few young ones around.
Anything? He says he doesn't really know exactly. There's supposed to be 3 to 4 kids that live here. They've only found one.
Oh shit! All right. Man, this smoke is heavy too.
With the parents nowhere to be found, officers started knocking on doors, asking neighbors who lived in the house. One man said it was usually just one woman, drove a white car but wasn't home. He didn't have her name or number, only that she was an African lady who moved in about a year ago and had a couple of young ones.
You guys have a phone number for her? No, that's what we're saying. We don't have a phone number. You guys know names? No. Last names, anything like that? No.
She's an African lady.
Okay.
Yeah. And she usually have 2 or 3 kids there. That's what I'm saying. That's what the guy asked me. So I don't know if it's double.
Okay. They recently moved in here?
About a year ago.
About a year ago. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Eventually, police got in touch with the children's mother. She had been at work and arrived about 20 minutes later. When asked how many young ones were in the house, she said 2. But when officers asked their ages, she didn't answer. She just leaned on the police car, clearly overwhelmed.
Can you start the 56 and car 9 at 255 East Cuyahoga Falls Avenue? Okay, copy. I'll put you on a call.
Just the 2 children. We're at the hospital.
How many of your children were home?
2 children were home, huh? Just 2? How old are they?
87. 87.
We'll get you down there soon. We'll get you down to the hospital.
Ma'am, how old are your children? Ma'am, we need to know how old your children.
Are there other kids with it?
Find that out. If need be, if someone says, I'll bring it to you.
Let's figure out how old they are.
Even after being helped to a stretcher, she didn't say much except ask for a phone, which was in her car. Meanwhile, officers had already confirmed the young ones were 8 and 10 years old.
She's driving, so somebody needs to make sure.
We're handling it now.
She was taken to the hospital where she got the heartbreaking news. Both of her children had died from their injuries. Investigators later found out she had called the young ones out of school that day, locked them inside the house, and left them alone for over 9 hours while she went to work. Both young ones had developmental disabilities and were unable to get themselves out when the fire started. A few days after the fire, the mom was charged with 2 counts of reckless homicide and 2 counts of child endangerment. The homicide charges were later dropped, but she eventually pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter and child endangerment. She was sentenced to 6 to 9 years in prison. As for the fire, it started in the living room and was caused by an overloaded power strip with too many devices plugged into it. Lately, TikTok's been all in on online shopping, mostly because it brings in a ton of cash. They've even added live streams to help boost sales. Basically, you hop into live, check out the product, and with one tap, you can buy it or scroll through reviews to learn more. But one review for a certain handbag seriously freaked people out. The video was filmed in a dark room and has since been deleted, but not before someone screen recorded it.
It's our 15 inches, okay? 15 inches toter bag, and well, it's a perfect.
clip, you can see someone holding out the handbag while in the background, a child can be heard screaming for help. The caption, 10 out of 10 love this bag, it's so spacious. Creepy, right? What's worse is the seller actually replied to the review, but made no mention of what was happening in the video. That's when things blew up on TikTok. Concerned users flooded the seller's page with comments. Eventually, they said the video was escalated to TikTok's investigation team and even posted a statement about it. Was it some messed up joke? Why would someone bury that under thousands of normal reviews? No one really knows, but if there are any updates, we'll keep you posted. On December 14th, 2017, a Reddit user named SHOUTOUT posted a super weird and unsettling memory from when they were a teenager. The post was titled Humans Walking in Hamster Wheels, and it definitely wasn't your usual weird dream story. They explained that one night, when they were about 16, they got home from hanging out with friends, grabbed some food, and hopped into bed to watch TV. Nickelodeon, specifically. They were a big cartoon fan, still are, and Nick was the last channel they'd watched earlier, so they knew that's what it was on. But instead of cartoons, they were met with something totally different and straight up disturbing. The screen showed this black and white and maybe a bit of gray scene with hundreds of naked people walking in a line over hills. They were headed toward these massive hamster wheels, where some folks were already walking in place over and over again. Everyone looked totally lifeless. Blank stares, robotic movements, no emotion. There was this eerie, cold wind-like noise in the background, and the whole thing felt off. It wasn't animated either. It looked real. The OP kept watching, confused, wondering what the hell was airing on a kid's channel. At first they thought maybe it was some edgy short film or a dark artsy thing, but it never changed. Just the same creepy scene playing over and over again. Eventually they got bored and weirded out, so they changed the channel. Then bam, it hit them. Wait, what did I just watch? They quickly flipped back and SpongeBob was playing mid-episode, like it had been on the whole time. They checked nearby channels too, nothing. The hamster wheel scene was just gone. And that's when it really started to creep them out. They felt evil, off, wrong. They've never seen anything like it since, and no matter how much they've searched, especially back in 2005 when it happened, they've never been able to find anything like what they saw that night. They even said they'd love for someone to prove it was just a film project or something, but so far, nothing. And yeah, they still feel uneasy around their TV to this day. The post was shared on the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit, which is known for stories about reality slips and weird, unexplainable moments. And if this one really happened the way they described it, it brings up a ton of disturbing questions, because here's the weirdest part. Other people also said they remembered seeing something like it. Comments included things like, I'm pretty sure I saw it too. I remember this. I know I saw it. If that's true, how? How did that scene end up airing on Nickelodeon, of all places? Some people try to give it a more normal explanation. One person said it could have been a commercial or PSA that accidentally aired at the wrong time. Sounds like a commercial that glitched through the network, maybe an antidepressant ad or something like that. But that theory doesn't really hold up. This was Nickelodeon. No way they'd air a commercial with what looked like nude people, even by accident. Another popular theory is that it might have been a broadcast signal hijacking, kind of like the Max Headroom incident from the 80s. Basically, someone hacks into a TV signal and plays their own content.
I'll get you a hot drink, miss.
Some dry
These acts happened more than you'd think, and kids' channels were easy targets. A lot of the time, the hackers would show creepy or explicit stuff just to mess with people. One deleted user commented, TV frequencies got hijacked a lot back then. It's called broadcast signal intrusion. Maybe it got covered up or just wasn't reported since it was on a kid's channel and social media wasn't really a thing yet. Still, even if it was a hijacking, that leaves a big question unanswered. What exactly was the footage? Someone linked to a horror short they thought might be similar, but it didn't really match. No people in hamster wheels, and it came out in 2010, which is 5 years after this supposedly happened. Later, a new comment offered a different idea that actually kind of made sense. Maybe it was related to those old Mac Lemmings commercials. Those ads from 1985 showed a crowd of zombie-like people marching off a cliff, basically a warning about blindly following the crowd. And yeah, that is kind of similar to what the OP described. Lifeless people walking in line towards something ominous.
On January 23rd, Apple Computer will announce the Macintosh Office. You can look into it, or you can go on with business as usual.
The people in those hats were clothed and there weren't any hamster wheels, but it's possible the OP's memory blended things together. Maybe part dream, part memory, or even just a misremembered scene. It was over a decade ago after all. Still, despite all the digging and discussion, no one has ever figured out what exactly was shown on that TV. And since the OP's account has been suspended, there's probably not going to be any follow-up. At the end of the day, it's just another one of those online mysteries that refuses to die. Orlando police are on the lookout for a guy they say broke into a woman's house and tried to assault her. They just dropped some home surveillance footage that shows the suspect running through a neighborhood. In one clip, you can see him dart past the camera. Police say this is the guy they're after. According to OPD, the break-in happened Tuesday night at a home on Wilkinson Street in the Orwin Manor area.
We feel safe here, and to find out that people are, invading our homes is very concerning.
They say the suspect forced his way in and tried to sexually assault the woman.
It's kind of scary to think that something like that could happen in this neighborhood.
I actually happened to come out of my house right around 10 p.m. to turn my sprinklers off. I saw a police car sitting in front of my neighbor's house and another police car coming down 1792.
There's also a photo of him walking in the neighborhood during the day, same spot where he later made his getaway at night. That sidewalk leads right past a lake and a botanical garden. Cops describe him as either black or Hispanic, probably in his late teens or early 20s, around 5'7" to 5'10" tall, slim build. He was last seen wearing a gray hoodie and dark pants.
My husband and I heard helicopters the other night, twirling for about, an hour or two.
That change your habits at all?
It does. It'll definitely make me more aware of my wife and my daughter, going out by themselves and make sure to keep an eye on them.
Police haven't said if the attack was random or planned, but they confirmed the woman didn't know the guy. Anyone with info is being urged to contact the Special Victims Unit. Back in 2017, YouTubers Sam and Colby were exploring a place in Maryland called Forest Haven Insane Asylum, one of the deadliest old mental hospitals in the US. While they were debating whether to keep going with their investigation, they suddenly heard police sirens. Worried that security was onto them, they made a run for it.
Police. Wait.
Oh, we were exploring. Wait.
Should we get the f*** out of here? Wait, just slow. Let's get out of here. Police sirens.
But as they were trying to get out, they spotted 3 people standing in a nearby field. They quickly shut off their lights, hoping to sneak past without being seen.
There are people right in front of us that are not Colby, and they are looking right past us.
I can't see my camera.
Yeah, you can't see him on camera, but they're literally walking right there. Colby is right in front of me. You can't see anything, but he's laying down army position in a bush. He's telling me not to go any further.
There was 3 people. Did you see how close they got to me?
They were walking right next to you.
Me, Sam, and Nick were on one side, and Colby went ahead.
Were they security or were they just people?
It was just 3. It was 2 girls and 1 guy. It was just people.
Okay.
It was just people?
That's when things got really creepy. While they were slipping away, they heard what sounded like a woman screaming for help. And according to them, it didn't sound like an animal or a trick of the wind. They were sure it was a person.
What the? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got that. Somebody is screaming.
Someone's screaming bloody murder.
Let's get out of here faster. Come on, guys.
How is that? Dude, that scares them.
What the? You hear that?
Yeah, get out of here. Go. Guys, run.
There was a girl screaming, help, bloody murder, crying.
Like clearly here, like clearly. Right there.
Yeah, 100%, like multiple times. Like, and it was consistent. It wasn't like they were playing a game. She was getting attacked.
To really understand the weight of that moment, you need to know the backstory of Lauren Wallen and Tyler Tezier. Lauren was a beloved local teacher, and she and Tyler seemed like a happy couple, especially since they were expecting a baby. Everything looked fine until one day, Lauren didn't show up to work. A huge search effort began, and Tyler even went on TV with Lauren's family, begging for a safe return.
There's so many people that miss you. There's so many people that were out. We haven't slept. We haven't eaten. We're just looking, and we're praying that you're safe. And I'm asking to just let us know that you're safe.
But not long after that, Lauren's body was found. she'd been shot in the back of the head. Police already had a suspect, Tyler. Turns out he was secretly engaged to another woman and killed Lauren to keep the pregnancy hidden. He ended up taking his own life the day before his trial. Because of how close the murder location was to where Sam and Colby filmed, some viewers started to wonder if those screams they caught on video were actually related to Lauren's death, and maybe they had unknowingly recorded something real. But when you look at the timeline and locations, it seems unlikely, unless Tyler attacked her near Forest Haven and moved her body later. Still, that theory only raises more questions. If it wasn't Lauren they heard, then who was it? And who are those 3 people standing in that field? A sheriff's deputy has been fired after a video surfaced showing how a woman was thrown out of a county jail. The Sacramento Bee got hold of the footage from the incident, which happened back in October. In the video, you can see deputies walking the woman to the door, then one of them shoves her out, and she falls hard onto the ground. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office said that the deputy was officially let go in March. Body cam footage from right before the push shows the woman just after she was released from custody.
Okay.
Start walking this way.
Don't push me.
Shut the up.
What?
Just start walking this way.
What are you doing?
Her lawyer told the Bee that she's 71 years old, has a documented history of mental illness, and had been held in jail for 2 days. After the fall, she was in the hospital for 3 months and now needs help getting around. She can't even manage stairs on her own anymore. The district attorney's office says they're still investigating what happened. A trucker stuck in his cab filmed a terrifying moment after a pileup crash inside a tunnel in Wyoming. After getting slammed in the wreck, he realized he was trapped in his semi, and things outside were going from bad to worse, fast.
This happened coming through a tunnel. I'm in a wreck. This is all this truck is on fire. I got to get out of here. Oh shit. Oh, f***. Holy shit. So, I almost died in there, man.
Okay, what are you driving?
The TVA truck right there. It's up in the tunnel.
I was in the yellow Penske truck. My truck's in there too.
I'm one of the very last ones, man.
Are you, what are you?
So, the truck on front of me was on fire.
Okay.
That guy's dying in there. He's dead.
Okay.
It's burnt up.
Just hold on. What are you, we can't go in there right now, okay? We're getting fire.
Fuck. That was a wild ride. Oh, God. That guy's burnt up in there, man. My truck is next in line up here. It's on fire.
What's the truck on front carrying? What's your truck carrying?
TVA is my truck.
What is it carrying?
Oh, just food, man. Just food.
It's good.
Yeah.
What's your truck carrying?
Oh, God dang it.
With cars piling up and flames starting to spread, he grabbed his phone and started recording. You can see him trying to bust out the front windshield. The fire kept growing, thick black smoke filling the tunnel while he fought to escape. He finally managed to get out, just in time, and stepped into chaos that looked straight out of a disaster movie. Definitely not your average road hazard. Authorities are still working through the mess inside the I-80 tunnel near Green River. Between the fire, smoke, and hazardous materials, it's been a nightmare to clean up. At least 3 people lost their lives and 5 others were seriously hurt. The fire also caused some serious structural damage, slowing down recovery efforts. Crews are hoping to reopen the eastbound side in about 3 days. A user who goes by Granny CC recently shared a video that her Ring camera picked up, and it's got people talking. In the clip, her son is seen chatting with someone on the porch, even though no one's visibly there. It's not until he says dad that it hits. He's talking to his father, who recently passed away. But here's where it gets even more wild. You can actually hear two voices respond to him. The video highlights the moment those voices come in, so keep an ear out.
Here you go, grandmas. Come on. Let's go.
I want you.
Oh wait, no. Okay. Oop, come on, Clarence. I think my mom got one. Okay. That's what I was just about to ask. What did you say, Clarence? What did you say, bud? Did you say bye to?
I said bye. I said bye, Daddy.
Now, sure, some folks might find this a little eerie, but for her, it brought comfort. What about you? Does this give you chills or peace?
Oh wait, no. Okay. Oop, come on, Clarence. I think my mom got one. Okay.
Bye, Daddy.
On May 11th, 2024, cops were called out to the scene of a hit and run, and it looked like a possible DUI. The suspect's car, a red Lexus, had taken off but was found parked just around the corner with no one inside. While officers were still talking to the victim and getting their insurance info, that same Lexus suddenly drove right past the scene. Turns out the driver was a teen from a wealthy family who had hit someone and tried to ditch the scene.
Where at? Like I think 1 or 2 streets back. 2 streets back.
816. You say the driver just drove past you?
Did he have a broken bumper? On Summerford, he turned off onto a side street.
Instead of owning up to it, the family apparently tried to use their money and connections to sweep it under the rug, keeping their young one out of trouble.
Your vehicle that you own was involved in a crash, all right, and ultimately...
Wait, my vehicle was involved?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain.
Yeah.
So, you own a Lexus, right? Red SUV.
Okay. My wife does.
Your wife does. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're identified as the driver involved in the crash.
Who is?
You are.
Why am I involved in the crash?
You are been identified, but between witnesses and an officer, as we've been trying to locate you, you passed him. You turned on his lights to turn around, and then you turned off a side street. Ultimately, what I'm getting at. Let me finish.
Yeah.
We'd prefer to resolve this. The vehicle struck another vehicle at the lowest level. There's no reason for it to be any more significant.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
If one of our cars struck another vehicle, we will pay for whatever we got to pay for.
Okay. Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah. But I was not driving that vehicle.
Okay. Well, we'll go over everything here in a few minutes.
There you go. We'll take care of it.
Who would have been driving it?
My wife.
Your wife?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have her phone number? I can call her, or the vehicle's nearby.
Hey,
but
I'm here with an
someone can
officer
check the area.
identified your
He's just
vehicle
walking
as
fast-paced
being
down the
accident.
street when I make contact.
Oh yeah.
And I told him that you were obviously out driving your Lexus, and he wants to talk to you.
No, I just wanted her phone number, but yeah, I'll talk to her.
614.
Okay. And what vehicle do you operate?
Well, usually I drive Lexus.
Okay. And so would you be the one to have the insurance for that?
Yes.
Could you by chance maybe send it to him so that way we can document it?
Yeah.
For the other party?
Car was in an accident. Yeah. Let's pay for everything, take care of it.
Well, then the next step is to determine, and make sure we have the driver as well. Because the last thing we want to charge someone with is additional charges for, lying and things like that. Where did you just walk from?
Well, officer, look, if you're telling me that there's a charge, then obviously it sounds like unreliable. So that's probably the way we should go. What is...
But I thought you weren't driving, so then at what point?
But you're obviously saying people identified me, which is impossible because I wasn't driving and it's dark out, so I don't know how...
Well, can we locate the vehicle? Can we do that? Where would we be able to find it?
I have no idea.
Well, it sounds like your wife is already on the home and she's not driving the Lexus, so it wasn't her. So then where would the vehicle be?
We need to find the vehicle. But
so then how do we find it if she's not driving it?
This is
You're
also
pulling my leg over.
I am not pulling your leg. I want to take care of any cost. You're telling me there's charges coming, though, and if there's charges coming, then I should probably wait.
He may be covering for somebody else.
You're clear. I have a vehicle here pulling in.
Copy. There's 3 white males wearing, I think, white and blue shirts. That might be them.
You're clear. I have a female and a younger male. Hello, ma'am. How's it going?
Good. I'm just getting my insurance card.
Okay, I'm Officer Johnston, up Arlington Police Department. Are you aware of what's going on tonight?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you know who was driving that car during the accident?
I do not.
It's pretty convenient.
Let me get my insurance card.
No weapons or anything inside the house?
No.
Okay. It's a pretty serious matter, okay?
Yeah.
They hit another car.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were going to call and get the insurance
but
information.
Whoever was driving didn't, and they
Right.
took off. That's an arrestable offense. Number 1 right there.
Well, no.
Number 2, if they've been drinking, that's also an arrestable offense. And I feel like we're already out with your husband.
Right.
He's being very uncooperative with us. You're coming off as you're coming off as you're going to be uncooperative.
No.
So obviously you guys are covering for someone here. Am I wrong?
I'm just wanting to get my insurance information.
Am I wrong?
We were going to get the insurance information and put it on the car. That's all. We're just trying to get the information for you.
But you know who was driving. You're covering for probably him.
Your son was driving the vehicle. We just confirmed that. Okay, she's with him right now. So why don't you let them handle that? We have an officer at your residence right now. So the good news is maybe I can help you find this car and get home.
Hey, I'm being detained, and I guess an officer's coming over.
At this point, let's locate your car. Can we do that? All right, I'm going to give you your ID back.
Eventually, the teen was scuffed and taken to jail.
Go ahead, turn around, put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your palms together. It's more comfortable that way. Palms together like you're praying. Behind your back. Okay, right now you're being detained for leaving the scene of a motor vehicle accident, okay? And that's being under investigation for a possible OVI as well. Okay. Well, Mom's here. I'll let you know just as a courtesy. You are under arrest for OVI at this time, okay? So what'll happen, we'll go back to our police department. We got some paperwork to do. We got to get your fingerprints, get your photographs, okay? And then you'll probably be released on a summons, which means when we're done with all that stuff, Mom will be able to come pick you up.
Once there, the officers tried to test him for alcohol, but he refused to sign anything or take any tests without his lawyer present.
I do not want a lawyer at the time, but if I did want
But you don't have to. You have the right to stop answering at any time. Does that make sense?
So even if I want a lawyer, I still sign?
You don't have to sign. It's up to you. But if...
Could I just talk to my lawyer?
So there's questions back here.
He was charged with driving under the influence and leaving the scene of an accident. He was later released with a subpoena to appear in court. On July 21, 2021, Jake Gorba, his wife Victoria, and their 3-year-old son Caden went off-roading near the Sierra National Forest out in Madera County, California. Everything was going fine until they pulled over for a quick break. That's when things got weird. Out of nowhere, little Caden started freaking out, pointing toward the field next to them. When his parents asked what was going on, he yelled that there was a blue-haired woman lying face down in the field with her legs sticking up. Victoria tried to calm him down while Jake went to check it out, but no matter how hard he looked, there was no one there. Feeling seriously creeped out, they decided to pack up and head home. Victoria ended up posting about the strange moment on Facebook, and that's when things took an unexpected turn. The Madera County Sheriff's Office saw the post and reached out. Turns out, a woman had gone missing in that exact area, and she looked just like the person Caden described.
Got goosebumps. He says, she needs our help, but she's dead. And she's laying face down with her legs up, and she can't talk to me, but she's over there. We need to go help her.
Her name was Sandra Hughes. She was known to be super outdoorsy, and she'd gone camping alone near the forest. Her car was later found crashed off a ravine, but instead of going to help, it looked like she just wandered off into the woods with barely any supplies. There were a few reported sightings from hunters who saw someone matching her description, but they didn't know she was missing, and she didn't ask for help. After that, she was never seen again, unless you count what Caden said he saw that day in the field.
He describes down to blue hair, He said she has a black shirt, blue jeans, and blue hair, Mom. I hope that he could have at least helped and maybe helped the family.
Police searched the area where Kaden had pointed, but nothing turned up. As of now, Santa Ryu's is still missing. Back in April 2020, someone posted on the relationship advice subreddit with a seriously unsettling problem. The title, "I think my girlfriend and her sister are poisoning me." Yeah, yikes. So the guy says he's 18 and moved out of his parents' place as soon as he turned legal because, in his words, they all get along better when they're not living together. Fair enough. His 19-year-old girlfriend and her 24-year-old sister already had an apartment, so he moved in with them. Things were pretty normal for about 9 months. He says he loved his girlfriend, like the sister, and their setup was basically your typical couple plus roommate situation. Both girls are really into cooking, probably because their dad's a Michelin star chef, so food has always been a big deal in their house. The guy wasn't complaining though. He's decent in the kitchen, but they were next level good. So they cooked, he cleaned, win-win. He actually enjoyed cleaning, so it worked out great. But then things got weird. Around 3 weeks before he made the post, when COVID lockdowns were in full swing, he started getting super sick. At first he thought he might have caught the virus, but it wasn't that. No cough, no fever, no cold symptoms. Just brutal stomach cramps and non-stop vomiting. And it wasn't a one-time thing. These episodes kept happening 1 or 2 times a week, lasting for a couple of days at a time. He figured maybe he had a stomach bug or something, but a friend asked if it could be something he was eating. That got him thinking. He didn't really have food allergies. Dairy sometimes messed with him, but not like this. More like mild stomach issues, not I'm dying level. So he asked his girlfriend if she'd changed anything in how she cooked. That's when things got sketchy. She got super defensive, asking if he was accusing her of something. He tried to explain that he just wanted to figure out if he might have developed a new allergy or intolerance, but she blew it off, saying he was just being paranoid and probably had a bug, so he dropped it. But from then on, things only got more suspicious. If he walked into the kitchen while they were cooking, they'd yell at him to leave. He offered to cook dinner a few times and both of them shut it down hard. Almost like they were insulted, he'd even suggested that dinner they'd both watch him like hawks, like they were waiting to see his reaction to the food. And if he didn't feel good or said he didn't want to eat, his girlfriend would take it super personally and even cry until he gave in and ate. Worse yet, there were moments where it seemed like they knew he was about to get sick. He also noticed they'd text each other while sitting right next to each other whenever he was in the room. It was obvious and they weren't exactly subtle. And when he did get sick, neither of them seemed all that bothered. He admitted he might be overthinking things, especially with quarantine stress, but still, he felt something was seriously wrong. The only explanation that made sense to him was that they were putting something in his food, but what was he supposed to do? If he confronted them and was wrong, he looked like a total jerk. If he was right, who knows how bad it could get. One of the top comments gave him a way to test it. Switch plates with one of them, either secretly or right in front of them. If they refused to switch, that'd be a major red flag. Or if he did it without them knowing and they got sick, then boom, there's your answer. Opie replied saying they're super particular about making sure he gets the right plate, and he'd never really thought much about that until then. Some commenters shared similar stories. One said there was a post where a husband started using a spice that made his wife sick. Didn't believe it at first, but it turned out she was actually allergic. They worked it out. Another darker example mentioned a guy who was straight up putting garden slugs in his girlfriend's food. Those can carry brain parasites, by the way, so it really could go either way. Maybe OP was just being paranoid. Maybe this was the start of some kind of mental health issue, seeing patterns where none exist. Others pointed out it could be something like Crohn's disease or another GI problem and suggested he get tested, but some still believe the poisoning theory wasn't that far-fetched. If it was poisoning, it was being done slowly and deliberately, not enough to send him to the ER, but enough to keep making him sick while flying under the radar. Some people in the comments even try to come up with ways he could protect himself without blowing things up, just in case he was wrong. One solid idea: act like you're doing them a favor. Say you'll start cooking your own meals so you don't risk ruining their food with a new allergy. Only eat food you've prepared yourself. If you still get sick, it's probably a medical issue. If not, it might be time to get out. Unfortunately, we don't know what happened next. The account was a throwaway and was suspended not long after the post went up. No updates, no follow-ups, no closure. Maybe one day he'll come back and fill in the blanks. Until then, all we can do is hope the guy's okay and trust our gut if something ever feels seriously wrong. Back on September 8th, 2024, a popular TikToker named Lauren Gray posted a video that totally blew up, over 400 million views after she had a run-in with a dog she clearly didn't realize was trying to warn her. The dog was a Belgian Malinois, which is a super smart breed often trained for police work. These dogs aren't meant for your typical suburban household because they need a lot of attention and stimulation every single day. If Lauren or the dog's owner had picked up on the signals he was given, the whole situation could have been avoided. Here's the clip. Take a look.
Hi! Oh my goodness. Sorry po.
Shit, mabait.
Sorry po.
Tangin na, mabait yan si ma'am.
Pero pag wala namang lubog, hindi naman siya
wala
rabies. Kasi sanay naman ako sa mga kagitnaasta mo. Okay lang naman sa akin.
Wala yan, ma'am. Hey, down!
Sorry!
Bait yan si ma'am. Nangyari sa'yo.
Sorry po!
Now everything happens real fast, so it's easy to miss, but the dog was basically telling her to back off from the get-go. As soon as she walked up, he was giving her what's called whale eyes. That's when a dog turns its head slightly but keeps its eyes locked on you, showing the whites. It's a clear sign the dog's feeling anxious or stressed. Then when she reaches out her hand, you can tell he's already in fight or flight mode. The final moment is when she reaches out her other hand and the dog's like, okay, I got no other way to show I'm uncomfortable. Thankfully, she just ended up with a small scratch and apologized right away. But honestly, this is a solid reminder. Understanding a dog's body language is super important. This could have gotten a lot worse. This is a perfect example why you need the right gear when moving heavy stuff. If they'd used a forklift or proper lifting tools, instead of trying to pull it by hand, this whole accident probably wouldn't have happened. A woman's chill vacation vlog takes a wild turn while she's filming herself swimming in a quiet jungle pool. Everything's calm until some chaos breaks out behind her.
Why?
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry if you have nobody said. Okay. Oh, man.
He was pulling me down. Oh, God.
Thank you. Sorry. Could not stand for this.
Oh, God.
Off camera, a guy is clearly in trouble in the water and his friends are yelling for help. Without skipping a beat, she swims over to the deeper end to help. The video gets shaky and it's hard to see everything, but she eventually manages to get him back to his group safely. Definitely not the kind of travel memory she expected to film, but one she'll never forget. As for the guy she saved, he didn't even say thanks. Then again, he probably wasn't thinking straight after almost drowning. This CCTV footage was captured in the Spanish port city of Coruna. A man walks out of a laundromat after doing his laundry, totally unaware that something terrifying is about to happen. Take a look. Authorities say the massive explosion happened because someone accidentally left a butane lighter in their pants pocket before tossing them in the dryer. As the machine heated up, the lighter exploded. The blast created so much pressure that it blew open the sealed dryer door and set the entire place on fire. On June 25, 2018, near the Niagara River in Buffalo, New York, two guys were out by the water trying to grab a piece of driftwood, apparently for some project they were working on. So they came up with this plan. One would hold a rope while the other went in to get it. But once the guy got in the water, the rope turned out to be too short, so he let go for just a second. What he didn't realize, though, was that there was a hidden current pulling under the surface. It was what's called an eddy current. It's kind of like a mini whirlpool. When the river flows past a ledge or drop-off, it can create this spinning motion underwater that sucks down anything that doesn't float. Before long, a long crowd started gathering, and people filmed the whole thing while scrambling to find anything that might help pull him out. Here's that clip. Take a look.
This is definitely going to be a YouTube moment.
Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Yeah. Now turn it around, turn it around.
And doggy paddle back.
Under. I got it. Doggy paddle back to me. Doggy paddle back to me. If you start pounding, you're making me do this shit. Come on. Come on. Doggy paddle.
Oh shit!
Grab the wood, dude. Grab the wood.
In the video, you can see him struggling to stay above water and starting to panic. His friend realizes what's happening and jumps in to help, but sadly, that only made things worse.
He's gonna try to kill you.
Put him up.
Don't pull him down! Don't pull him down!
He's gonna kill you.
Don't pull
He's
him
gonna kill them
down.
both.
Don't pull him down! Just hold on!
Don't let him get out there, cause that current gonna take his ass.
Nobody got a fucking stick or something?
He's gonna die in there.
Oh, they both. Come on! Hurry up! Hurry up! Grab the stick!
Come on.
Grab the stick!
Yo, make sure I don't fall in the water, bro.
Man, I got you.
The video cuts off there, but in the last frame, you can see both of them sinking. Their bodies were recovered not long after, and the story was covered on the local news.
I'm here at the corner, the foot of Ferry, rather, where Bader and Guthrie lost their lives. You can see the very strong rapids behind me, but where they first went into the water right here appears calm. At the surface, you can't see those rushing rapids. You can't see strong waves. You can see that it might appear calm, but of course it's not, because underneath the water's surface, as we found out yesterday, is a lot of danger.
What's really chilling is that during the news broadcast, the camera accidentally got what looks like the same log they were trying to grab. It's a harsh reminder, never underestimate the power of water. And if you ever see warning signs in spots like this, take them seriously and stay away. Here's the dramatic moment a bold Rolex Ripper gang gets busted when they try to pull off a robbery, only to be tackled by undercover cops after things go horribly wrong. Footage shows 21-year-old thief Jacob Harkett trying to snatch an expensive watch from a couple in Mayfair, except he didn't realize they were actually undercover police officers. Then more cops on bikes rushed in when they spotted 3 other suspected accomplices hanging around nearby. These guys are all part of the so-called Rolex Ripper gang, which targets wealthy people to steal their watches and jewelry. Harkett admitted to the robbery once he got caught. Mohammed Naz was convicted of robbery, even though he claimed he was innocent in court. Adel Mohamdi was convicted in his absence after he skipped town. Police have an arrest warrant out for Yanis Amri and Mohamdi. Mayfair has the highest rate of watch robberies in all of Europe. A spokesperson for the Metropolitan said, "Tracking violent crime is a top priority for the Met, and we're committed to reducing robberies. Officers in both uniforms and plain clothes are out there patrolling hotspots to catch offenders in the act." This footage was captured in January 2024 in Gangwon Province, Pyeongchang, South Korea. A light eerie mist can be seen slowly drifting down the road. Then out of nowhere, something terrifying happens. Take a look. The entire street suddenly goes up in flames. Turns out that harmless mist was actually gas leaking from a nearby liquefied petroleum station. It ignited at 8:41 p.m., injuring 5 people, 2 of them seriously. After the blast, authorities had to evacuate 25 more people from the area. This heart-stopping incident was caught on a dashcam in Hai Duong City, Vietnam. On December 10, 2018, a woman seen standing next to her parked car, holding her young child, when suddenly a huge trailer truck from the opposite side of the road loses control. It crashes through a concrete divider and comes barreling toward her. In a panic, she quickly pulls herself and her child out of harm's way, just barely avoiding being hit by the truck. Amazingly, she's still holding her child as she moves. Reports say the truck driver swerved to dodge a silver Toyota, which helped avoid a head-on collision but caused serious damage to 3 vehicles. Luckily, no one was hurt. This is Brandon. In 2024, he started sharing his experience with something called fatal insomnia, one of the rarest diseases out there, affecting only about 1 or 2 people per million. It basically makes it near impossible to sleep without strong meds, and even then, it just keeps getting worse over time. The lack of sleep slowly breaks down your body day by day. It all starts with a misfolded prine protein in the brain. Once that happens, more start to misfold, and the symptoms just keep stacking up. Most people with this condition only live around 18 months after it starts. And when Brandon first began documenting his journey, you could already see how much it had taken out of him.
My name's Brandon, and I most likely have something called sporadic fatal insomnia. It's a disease that slowly robs me of my ability to sleep. And if you didn't know what that was, I'm not surprised, because it's not a really well-known thing. I'd like to make a series of videos of my symptoms and document myself as I go through this. And if anyone's interested, let me know.
But what's even more heartbreaking is that Brandon later revealed the medication he was given actually made his symptoms worse. And on top of that, even when he could fall asleep, the smallest twitch or movement would snap him awake. At his worst, he went as long as 9 days without a single minute of sleep.
When things got really bad last year with my sleep, I was jerking every time my body was jerking every single time I was initiating sleep. Like when I was right on the brink of sleep, like my shoulder would jerk, my leg would jerk, sometimes my finger would twitch. I've even smiled before, right before I fell asleep, and it woke me up.
Sadly, his last video was posted in March 2024. He was more determined than ever to find a treatment, but it's unclear if he ever did in time. This wild video from South America shows a man jumping into action to save a family trapped in their car during a flash flood. If he'd shown up even a few seconds later, they probably would have been swept away. Crazy how thin the line is between life and death sometimes.
Too bad. And left one, left one more. 2.
You're out hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, soaking in the views, when suddenly you slip and find yourself clinging to the side of a cliff, hundreds of feet up, with nothing but sheer drop below. That's exactly what happened to one experienced hiker in Southern California. She was stuck, holding on for dear life, her legs and arms shaking from exhaustion, and still carrying a heavy backpack. The Riverside County Sheriff's Aviation Unit got an emergency text from her Garmin device and sprang into action. Rescue 9 was dispatched to the Whitewater area of the trail, just south of San Bernardino County. The rescue was intense. The hiker was about 20 to 30 feet from the plateau, with her shoes barely gripping the rocks. One of the rescuers descended from the helicopter and, realizing she couldn't let go to secure a harness, decided to bear hug her to safety.
What color dirt? I'm going to put you down. Give me left one, and forward 2. There's the left, and here's your forward. There's 2. Okay, left one more. Don't move, just stay there. Forward 2. Just stay there. Forward 2. You're right at the blue. You can descend a little bit, Mike. Looks like every forward you're coming up a little bit. Okay, roger. So descend a little bit. He's right at her, so keep coming down. Okay. Keep coming down about 30 feet. Roger. Getting a little dust on her now. Okay.
At one point, she was so scared she grabbed onto the rescuer's ears instead of his body, but together they were lifted to the top of the plateau.
One more. Taking it in, beaming. Yep, just a little bit. You're showing two. Forward one more. Forward one more. Get that angle, beaming. Yeah. Forward one more. Or a little tension. Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah. And then one more forward, Mike. Good wind down here. One more. Okay. All right, I'm tensioning. Okay, right there. Hold there. Holding. Once he picks her up, Mike, we're gonna walk him left. Roger. Okay. Go ahead and lift. Just a slight bit. Almost got her legs around me. Okay. Slightly lifting, tensioning. Yep. Okay. Move left. Easy left. Oh, they're swinging. Okay. Hold, no. Knock away a little bit. No, hold on to me. Yes, no, not my ears. Grab a hold around my back. I'm holding. You gotta lift this cord and get away from this wall. Okay. You want to go left or right? I don't care. Just get us away from the wall. You're dragging us right into the wall. Okay, go back one. Lower third above the blue. Okay. Back one. Am I? It's locked. A little bit of slack there. There's back one. There. Let me know when you're ready. Up just a little bit. Okay. Up just a little bit. All right, let me get turned. Okay. Right below the blue. Descending. My right. Descending. Catch it. Stay there. Don't come back up, Mike. Stay there for me. Okay, tensioning. Okay. Tensioning. I'm going to pick you up just a little bit. Yep. We're going to move you to the right. Yep. All right, give me right one. And back one. Trying to get you away from that wall. It's sucking you in there. Okay, there you go. Right one. And give me back one. Forward one. Up and forward. Forward one. Up and forward. Okay. Forward up. Not that much. Let me down. Okay. Forward two. Forward two. Black. I got you right here on the rock. Here's two. Here's the last one.
She had some scrapes and was clearly shaken, but she was alive and safe. This rescue highlights the dangers of the Pacific Crest Trail and the incredible bravery of the rescue teams. It's a reminder to always be prepared and to respect the power of nature. It was just another chill morning in Lake Forest. Out of nowhere, a gray Kia comes barreling down the road. Next thing you know, it crashes straight into a house. The driver, later identified as 32-year-old Tyler Scott Graves from Trabuco Canyon, stumbles out. But instead of seeking help, he bolts down the street. He crashes into his own home on Pheasant Street, where he's been staying temporarily. Not stopping there, he grabs a pickaxe from the backyard. Graves starts chasing his roommates with a pickaxe. He even hacks at another roommate's door for several minutes, screaming for help, echoing through the house. Deputies arrive and find Graves inside the home still holding the pickaxe. They booked him into the Orange County jail and is facing multiple charges, including assault with a deadly weapon and resisting arrest. A peaceful neighborhood shaken, but thankfully, no one was seriously hurt. Just goes to show, you never know what's going to happen next door. In the YouTube Shorts video, a van unexpectedly crashes through the wall of a family's home, causing significant damage. The video captures the immediate aftermath, showing debris scattered across the ground. People can be heard in the background reacting with shock and disbelief at the sudden intrusion. Despite the chaos, there are no reports of serious injuries, and emergency services are seen arriving promptly to assess the situation. The short clip highlights the unpredictability of such accidents and the importance of home safety measures. On the side of the road. Truckers usually have it pretty good, decent money, open roads, and maybe a few podcasts to pass the time. That is, until another driver messes it all up. In this clip, a poor guy is just cruising along when a brutal head-on crash happens right in front of him, sending flames and debris everywhere. To his credit, he jumps out right away to see if he can help. Sadly, by the end of the video, it's clear there's not much anyone can do. Two guys got banned from a weapon range in Houston, Texas after one of them tried to take a selfie with a weapon pointed at his friend's head. Mark Chopper Reed was one of Australia's most infamous criminals. He had a rough childhood, abused at home, thrown into mental institutions, and even given electroshock therapy. By the time he was 20, he'd already moved on to serious crimes like armed robbery, kidnapping, and arson. He was heavily involved with gangs and the mafia, and during his many stints in prison, he started writing books. His first one actually became a bestseller, which caught the attention of an up-and-coming journalist who wanted to land the first TV interview with him. So in May of '92, she traveled to Tasmania, hoping to get Chopper to open up on camera. But it didn't take long for her to realize she might have gotten herself in way too deep.
I'm a very, very good shot. Would you like me to show you how good a shot I am?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll get my young assistant, Trent. Grab that bottle. Get over there. This bloke's play by the hour.
Once Chopper got started, there was no stopping him.
You want me to have a go? Show you?
Okay.
Want to show you? All right. Hold it up clear. Hang on, just see if the gun works first. Oh, the gun works nicely. Yep, I'm a crack shot.
Things really took a turn when she asked him how he made money playing Russian roulette with the Chinese mafia. What she didn't expect was for him to actually demonstrate it right then and there.
But there's one scene the Americans didn't see, and neither did viewers in Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a slug in this gun. Now, you got to take my word for it, but there's a slug in this gun. Well, I want one shot to my head. One shot to Renee's. Are you ready, Renee?
I don't think I want to play.
Are you ready? You don't want to play. Bad luck.
That's when the cameraman shut the whole thing down. Later on, when people asked her what happened after the camera stopped rolling, she said she just nervously laughed and asked how he pulled that off. Chopper explained that when a revolver is overused, the bullet usually slides into the third or fourth chamber, and that's how he kept winning against the mafia. Looking back, Renee said she's still not sure if there was a bullet in the chamber or not. If there was, Chopper would have had a 1 in 6 chance of it going off, but she would have had a 1 in 5 chance. She held it together in the moment, but deep down she was totally shaken. Chopper ended up doing a bunch more interviews later in life and even had a movie made about him, but he never really gave up his criminal ways and ended up back in prison multiple times. In 2013, while still locked up, he died from liver cancer. Not sure how old this lady is, but she should definitely know better than to act this racist, especially out in public. She's caught on camera making money gestures at a group of men who are just standing around, not bothering anyone. Guess there's some truth to the stereotype about certain French folks being extra rude.
Stop blowing from your yard into my yard.
Stop throwing your trash in my yard!
You need to quiet
I will
down.
put it out!
No, you need to pick it up.
No!
Pick it up.
You! Excuse me!
Pick it up.
You are throwing trash!
Do you not see all
in
the
my
bags?
yard.
Do you see all the bags I picked up?
am putting it
Half
out
of it is
from
yours.
my yard!
Can you not
I
yell?
am putting it out from my yard! First of all,
Stop yelling.
stop throwing your trash continuously in my yard! I am sick and tired of you!
Take a second and imagine having a neighbor like this. The anger, the nonstop frustration, the fanny pack, it's the whole vibe. And the way she flips out over a simple polite request, you'd have expected her to crawl through your window at night with a knife. Turns out, she's such a handful that someone made an entire TikTok channel just to document her antics. Clearly, she's left a mark on the neighborhood.
You! I'm sick and tired of you! Stop throwing trash
That makes
in
two of
my
us.
yard!
I'm sick and tired of you.
Yes! Ever since you came here!
Right.
And I know you have a mental health issue. Go get some help before you stop. Continue to throw your trash.
I'll show this to the caseworkers.
Yes, you go.
On March 20, 2025, officers from the Chicago Police Department responded to domestic disturbance in Chicago, Illinois.
30-minute, not 30-minute bike, but 45-second walk. Okay, so can you see police when they pull up? Yeah. Okay, so when you see the police, you can come out, okay? Okay. All right, I'll send them there. Okay.
How you doing? So what's going on?
She's been to jail before.
Okay.
Shooting at the police.
Where's your mom at now?
She's in her room. The window all the way to the right of the yellow house.
Okay. All right, let me get more car to be out back, okay? 511. Miss?
Can I get in the car?
Yeah. I can't just make entry into your house, but if you let us in, then that's okay, okay? Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Trying to give you the keys back here?
Should we do it now?
No, we're gonna wait for one more car to get up here to cover the back door, and then we'll go up there, okay? Are you talking to your mom now, or is that your aunt?
It's my dad.
Your dad? Okay. Yeah? Go with your partner, yeah? Ready? Police! Police! Hey. Just check one real quick. Chicago Police, anybody home? Chicago Police! Hold on. Wait for Buck. Let me go first. Yeah? I want you getting shot. That's my call. Chicago Police!
The basement.
Hold on the door. Chicago Police, yo, pay attention! Good! We gotta do it! Shots fired. All good, get up here. Bedroom.
When they entered the home, one officer came face to face with an armed man, later identified as 43-year-old Devin Smith, and a victim in a bedroom. As the victim tried to escape, Smith aimed a weapon at the officer, who then fired, hitting Smith. The officers quickly handcuffed Smith and called for medical help.
511. Send an EMS. Offenders down. Weapon recovered. Give me a sergeant over here. Secure the gun.
All right, we got EMS rolling. 510 is en route. Is the offender down?
Say yes. Tell them offenders down.
10-4, where shots fired by police.
Yes. Christ, man. Woo! Jesus Christ.
Shots fired by
All right.
He was taken to the University of Chicago hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The victim was also taken to the hospital for treatment, and one officer was taken in for observation. A firearm was recovered from the scene. There were some tense moments on a California freeway back in March when police rushed to rescue a child in danger. Authorities just released helicopter footage of the incident. It all started when an 11-year-old nonverbal boy with autism ran out of a supermarket in Santee. His family couldn't find him, so they called 911. Less than an hour later, Shiloh Corbett, an off-duty dispatcher with the San Diego County Sheriff's Office, spotted the boy near a freeway on-ramp while driving home. As she called it in, the boy suddenly took off up the ramp and ran onto the freeway. Shiloh followed him, doing her best to keep him safe until deputies could get there, which wasn't easy with traffic speeding by.
He's actually running and going to be jumping onto the freeway lanes.
Eventually, officers caught up with the boy and got him safely back to his family. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Shiloh and her team were later recognized for their quick thinking and life-saving actions.
Astrid, they got him on the right-hand shoulder.
We've seen how fire can cause instant chaos, but now it's Snow's turn. This worker is goofing around and tosses a snowball, forgetting that even a little bit of snow can kick off something big. In this case, it sets off a chain reaction that sends a ton of snow crashing down. It looks like there's going to be a huge mess to clean up. But here's the thing, by triggering it while no one was working nearby, he might have actually saved lives. Like a lot of people have said, that snow was coming down eventually. Better it happens in a controlled way than when no one's ready for it. On April 2nd, 2025, officers were called to a restaurant about a young woman allegedly trespassing. When they got there, two women were waiting outside the bathroom and told the officers they'd been trying to get someone out for over an hour. One of them confirmed the woman inside was responding, just not opening the door. They also said they had a key. The officer knocked and told the woman inside that the restroom wasn't public, that she needed to leave or she'd be arrested. She refused to come out.
It's not public, it's private. You've been there in an hour. They need you to leave. It is a private business. They want you to leave. If you do not leave, you will go to jail.
And this is your last warning. Come out, open the door.
You're refusing to leave. That is what you're doing wrong. It's called trespassing.
Eventually, she opened the door, but instead of leaving, she stayed just outside, putting on makeup and fake eyelashes while using the glass door as a mirror. The officers kept telling her to step off the property, explaining it was a private business and she wasn't welcome. She argued, insisting it was a public restaurant and that she knew her rights.
You need to leave. Let's go. Come on. Leave. You want to go to jail? You want to go in handcuffs?
What?
Let's go. We're going to tell you this one last time. If you don't leave, you're going to go in handcuffs. Let's go.
I'm going where?
To jail.
To jail. I am going to
for trespassing. We're going to jail.
Stop and leave.
Private property.
Private property.
I can leave now.
How am I
trespassing. I know my
You are
rights.
being...
The officer reminded her that on private property, if you're asked to leave, you legally have to. After more back and forth, she finally walked off, sarcastically thanking the officers and saying she was handling a medical issue. She also said they didn't even know her name, to which the officer replied, "We know your face."
I know my
You
rights.
are being told to leave
I'm
a private
using the bathroom.
business.
Okay. I hear you. I understand you. I am leaving in 2 minutes.
Listen,
No.
I'm gonna give you a last warning. If you don't leave, you going in handcuffs.
All right, let's go. I'm leaving. Fucking
Do
weird.
not come back on this property. You're trespassed.
How? How am I trespassed?
They don't want you back on this property.
Step out.
Leave the property, or you go to
Step out.
jail.
Step out of the property or you going in handcuffs. Ma'am, did you hear what I said?
Motherfucker.
No, off the property.
Off the
That
property.
means out of the parking lot,
Out of
off
the
the
parking lot.
sidewalk. If you come back onto this property, sidewalk or parking lot, you go to jail.
Motherfucker, bro, you are ridiculous. I was using the bathroom and I have
It doesn't
medical
matter.
issues.
Other people need to use the bathroom.
I know my rights.
You have no rights on private property. If they don't want you there, you have to
This is
leave.
not private property.
Yes, it is.
This is a public restaurant.
It is a private entity.
You know what? You know what?
This is your last chance. Leave or you go to jail.
I'm off the property.
No, you're not. You're still in their parking lot.
You guys want her to leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it smell?
Still in the parking lot.
All right. Leave the
Goodbye.
property.
Thank you so much for letting me handle my medical issues. What is your name?
Officer Charles.
Charles.
Yes.
And Nicholas.
Yep.
Thank you for not helping me.
Okay.
You do not know.
We
how
offered you
to-
the medics. If you want to go to the hospital, we'll call the medics for you.
I don't need the medics.
Okay, well then you need to leave the
I
property.
was handling my issues.
For an
I'm going
hour.
to school.
You need to leave.
Doesn't matter how long it takes. If I'm an hour, there's 2 bathrooms. Motherfuckers can
They don't
use
have to
both
let
of
you
them.
use it
Why?
because it's a private entity.
Okay, and if I was buying something, that's
They can deny you
allowed.
service.
So can I get my food?
No.
No. At this time, they
That
don't
I
want your
paid
service.
for?
Nope. They don't want you
They
back
don't
on
want
their
your
property
service.
for a year. If you
Leave.
come back, you go to
You
jail.
don't even know my name.
We don't need to know your name. If you come back, you're going
You
to
don't know
jail.
my name?
We know your face.
I know
It's
my
recorded.
property?
But not long after, the woman came back and tried to order food. Officers returned, escorted her out again, this time placed her in handcuffs. She cried and claimed she just wanted to eat.
I'm saying, did you guys allow her? Because you guys didn't come in.
She's saying no.
She said she's talking about calm about the situation, something like that.
Come on.
I just got food. What are you doing?
Don't fight.
Don't fight.
What are you doing? She just
You're
said
under
I
arrest.
could order food. What are you doing? You just said I could order food. She just said I could order food.
You're under arrest.
Really?
No, just arrest her.
Wait. I know my rights. Wait.
Don't fight.
Wait. Food. That's my phone.
Your phone's right here.
Your phone, we got your phone.
Bro, what the fuck? You just said I could order food. Bro, what the fuck?
In the end, she was charged with criminal trespassing and resisting arrest. This video captures the moment Colleen Campbell, a violent thug mom, attacked a woman with a hammer in the middle of a love triangle mess, just days before she helped plan her ex's murder. Campbell, along with 3 others, ambushed the victim on the street in Tameside, Greater Manchester. She hit the woman several times with a hammer, knocking her to the ground while the other attackers kicked and punched her for over a minute. After the brutal beating, they ran back to their car and Campbell even took the woman's handbag before fleeing. Campbell, along with Hannah Derbyshire, 27, Chloe Bamford, 30, and Simon Bowden, 38, ended up in court over the attack. Prosecutors revealed the assault happened on June 29, 2022 after Derbyshire got caught up in a messy love triangle with a victim. Just days later, Campbell helped plan the murder of her ex-husband, gangster Thomas Campbell. She was sentenced to 13 years in prison in February for manslaughter. This was a chilling moment when 4 masked men armed with swords ambushed a taxi and stabbed a man to death through the window. The victim, Ansalam Sinaj, was sitting in the back seat when the cab was suddenly blocked by a silver Mitsubishi carrying 5 masked attackers. The brutal attack happened in Newham, East London in November 2023. Muhammad Saqib, 24, was the one who delivered the fatal stab, while Muhammad Samiul Mia, 19, and Zain Ali, 22, were also involved in the assault. The getaway driver, Ibrahim Naim, was just 18. All of them were found guilty at the end of their trial at the Old Bailey. The court heard that the attack was likely linked to drugs, though the exact reason behind the killing is still unclear. The judge described the murder as callous and shocking. This next clip shows a group of hikers trekking through a snowy mountain area, totally unaware of what's hanging just a few dozen meters above them. Out of nowhere, a huge icicle, probably loosened by a change in temperature, snaps off and crashes to the ground nearby. It explodes on impact, sending ice shards flying everywhere. Luckily, no one gets in, but they all get showered in icy debris, making it pretty clear when you're in freezing places, even icicles can be dangerous.
Don't put your hands on the cops.
Lucy, shut up.
Someone call the cops.
Lucy, shut up.
You can't put your hand on that man.
God.
Yo! No. Are you crazy? Bruh. Sir. Yo!
Getting towed is never fun, but it usually doesn't end with someone going to jail. In this case though, it just might, because the guy totally loses it and goes after the tow truck driver who's just doing his job.
Crazy! Bruh! 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 What the just happened? Whoa! Everybody, yo!
A woman filming from her balcony tries her best to calm the guy down and warns him not to do anything stupid. She even tells someone to call the cops. But things go completely off the rails when the guy jumps into the tow truck and drives off, crashing into cars down the street while people watch in shock, screaming from the sidewalks and windows.
It's not a fucking don't, because she knows how to vote better than you, brother.
Doubt it.
I doubt it. What's this little thing? You got a 200 on the back of a what kayak?
What are you, maritime enthusiast as well, are you?
I just like to do the right thing, and when he comes through, he's looking.
Sometimes the Karens take care of embarrassing themselves. In this case, a woman starts yelling at a guy for supposedly speeding through the water near their homes.
Nothing better to do to take the fun away from every cunt. Oh, that's it. Oh, well.
I hope you got that.
I did.
Good.
It's going straight on my Instagram.
Instagram, is that all you got?
No, I got TikTok as well.
Oh, TikTok, is that all you got?
Film this stuff.
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
She might have had a point until she tries to splash him and ends up flipping herself into the water instead. The whole argument was already a bit awkward and weirdly polite, but things get even more cringy when the people on the boat say they're leaving, only to realize their boat won't start.
Do you know the rules, sweetheart?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Really?
Oh,
you want me on the other side of the river?
Yeah, and you come through on the wrong side.
Really?
Cooking.
We're gonna leave because you're on drugs or something.
Drugs.
Yeah, something's wrong with you, eh? Nah.
You're gonna pump that fuel?
Yeah. I'll pump the fuel because
You don't know what
we don't
else
want
to
to
do.
stay here with you.
Oh, that's a shame.
Honestly, Aussies must be the most cheerful arguers because everyone still seems to be kind of enjoying the chaos. This next clip, originally posted to Reddit, is both shocking and unsettling. It was filmed by someone living across from the building you see in the video. In it, a resident steps out onto this balcony and for some bizarre reason starts knocking down one of the support columns, apparently trying to make more space, but things take a dark turn fast. As soon as the column comes down, the balcony collapses. Some parts of the footage had to be blurred, and you can probably guess why. It's extremely dangerous and graphic. But that's not the end of it. Just a little while later, part of the building itself gives way, and another resident is seen scrambling to climb down as fast as he can. Eventually, the entire structure caves in. Sadly, a family inside the building didn't survive the collapse. People online were quick to point fingers. Some say it was entirely the fault of the man who knocked down the column. Others argue the building was already unsafe to begin with. Either way, it's a tragic reminder how dangerous structural tampering can be, especially in buildings that might not be up to code. On a snowy morning on Westmont, Illinois, on March 20, 2025, police responded to a domestic incident that quickly became complicated, especially since the woman at the center of it all wasn't wearing any shoes. The call involved concerns about a woman's mental health and an alleged incident where she reportedly kicked one of the 3 young ones in the home. One officer stayed outside talking with the family and the child, while another went inside to speak with the woman involved.
Westmont Police. Can I come in?
Yes. I just.
Can I come talk to you?
Go. Open the door and not. You had to put the dog over inside.
Okay, no problem.
You have to release the door.
Inside, the woman rambled about strange things, accusing her mother of having an affair with her husband, even saying she was involved with her husband's boyfriend. When asked if she kicked her daughter, she denied it and claimed she was actually the one who got kicked.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's the issue today? Just tell me from your point of view. What's going on?
My perception, you can't do that to me. I just got home.
Okay. Where'd you get home from?
Your office.
My office?
Oh, the police or the hospital.
Oh,
Who cares if you go?
Oh, you're at the hospital. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you at the
There
hospital?
she is.
Who's that?
The person that makes me look stupid. Hey, Jacqueline.
There's no female out there.
I know.
There's
Listen, Scott, you're going away this time. Because he thinks I'm effing my mom.
You have proof that what?
That he had sex with my mom.
That he's having sex with
You're
your
not
mom?
cousin. Did you say that over again one more time? See, I don't like that. I know you have to repeat it because you have to.
Well, you whispered it, so I just want to make sure that I have the
I
story
don't want to
straight.
go on my list.
Okay. What makes you think that he's having sex with your mom?
Oh, there's various reasons.
What is the main reason?
The main reason is my mom is trash.
Okay.
So is my husband. I had an affair with one of his best friends. Sorry, I just walked. Oh my God.
Did you say you had an affair with one of his best friends?
Yes.
Okay. Does he know that?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
3 years later, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
Call them as well.
are you hearing your mom's voice right now?
I'm hearing Scott.
Okay.
Him or anything?
No!
Did he hit you?
No!
Okay.
Sorry, she kicked me.
She kicked you? Did you kick her?
No!
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Did you push her?
I haven't even been able to be in hands reach with that asshole. And
Okay.
not wanted.
Yeah. So you didn't.
What? Why doesn't anyone
you didn't-
believe me?
What's your first name again?
Shannon.
Okay, Shannon. Do you have an ID? Where's your ID, Shannon?
Where's my ID?
Yeah, your driver's license.
I know name.
Eventually, when asked to turn around so she could be cuffed, the woman asked the officer to leave her house. She seemed like she might resist arrest at first, but the officers were calm and managed to get her to cooperate.
Guess what?
What?
Get out of my house.
No. Okay, so turn around.
No!
You're under arrest for domestic.
Ma'am.
Stop. Stop. Yes.
Relax.
Hold on. Yeah, just relax.
Just relax. Relax. It's gonna be okay. Don't fight us. Please don't fight us.
Why are you doing this? Call the hospital before you take me.
You have your discharge paperwork?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Before you...
Where's that at?
Right over there.
Do you have any shoes we can get you?
Yes, listen, you can't take me.
Stop moving, please.
Where's your... So where do you have shoes
I'm
at?
just going to let you take advantage of my...
Hey, stop.
Hey,
Shannon.
no. Hey.
Where's your discharge?
Who's the
Where's
one
your
that's
shoes?
going?
Where's your shoes?
No, the discharge papers, Mom, Scott, you know.
They helped her find some shoes, though she claimed to hate them and that shoes hate her too.
Okay, so where's your shoes at? You have shoes over here that you can put on because it's snowy and cold out.
No, I just got home. And I went there and
Can we get you some shoes?
No.
What? I don't want your feet to get cold.
Yeah.
Well, I do let you give a
We do.
Please! No,
Come on.
you don't. If you gave a you would listen to everything.
Do you have shoes that have like thick slippers?
Oh God, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't planning on getting arrested.
Put your foot in.
As they walked her to the police car, she kept calling out for her mom, insisting she never kicked her daughter and begging her mom to back her up. The officer told her not to talk to her mother just yet.
Come on, keep walking.
I never kicked her.
Come on, stop. Hold on. Let us. Come on, let's go. Don't talk to her.
Please stop.
Come on.
Please stop.
No one's talking.
Relax.
Coming from me.
Once in the car, she broke down, crying and saying no one believed her.
I have skin graft.
Okay, when we
And
get
it
this,
hurts.
I understand.
Oh, you think I'm gonna hurt you?
Stop. Hold on, let me see it. If it's tight, I will loosen it. Okay, stop. Put them behind your back because you're tightening it. Sit straight up. There you go. Okay. We'll take them off when I get to the station. Okay, I promise you.
I just found this out. Oh, she's not. She's losing her mind. Oh, no, I'm not. Please. I gotta kick my daughter. Go ask her. I don't know what she said. I didn't do anything to hurt her.
In the end, she was charged with 2 counts of domestic battery and has a court date scheduled for April 15, 2025.
Do you hear me? And then you.
In the world of Karens, nothing sets one off faster than being told she can't have her wine. That's exactly what happened in this wild in-flight video, where a clearly drunk woman grabs a flight attendant by the hair and starts screaming about getting her fired. Thankfully, another crew member steps in, but the woman isn't done yet. She ends up shoving a different flight attendant, which prompts other passengers to jump in and hold her down. And get this, she turns out to be a big-time TV executive from South Africa. Makes you wonder if her own network ran the story.
She has no rights. No rights. Let
people in this country has a problem of shutting up. But if I was white, then it would be a Thank you. Yes. Do your job and set.
This CCTV footage was taken in China on February 9, 2024, during a time when heavy snowfall was causing major problems across parts of the country. In this particular area, the snow had really piled up. The clip shows 3 women casually chatting outside after the storm when something completely unexpected happens. They were standing under a roof that, unknown to them, had a dangerous amount of snow built up on top. Out of nowhere, the roof gives way and collapses under the weight. Thankfully, the women noticed just in time and managed to jump out of the way, avoiding serious injury. Their quick reflexes likely saved their lives. The roof clearly wasn't built for this kind of weather, which makes sense, since the region isn't used to getting such heavy snow. Still, it's unsettling to see how fast everything went from normal to nearly deadly, all in just a few seconds. This is the moment a well-known shoplifter tries to make a run for it from a supermarket in Radford with 100 pounds of Easter eggs in his arms. Just moments before, Jordan King and another man walked into the store and boldly grabbed the eggs right off the shelf. But when they found the exit door locked, things took a wild turn as they tried to force their way out. King has now been sentenced to 8 weeks in jail while the other guy is still on the run. These next few clips come from TikTok, where a woman started documenting some weird stuff happening around her property. For a bit of background, she owns a barn and looks after several animals, especially horses, which she's really close with. Because of that bond, she began noticing her horses acting strangely, almost like they were reacting to something she couldn't see. Things only got more unsettling as her videos continued. Take a look.
Lanny, Lanny, Bo Benny. Lanny. Lanny. Hey. You really... What the... That was up here. Nope. Nope. Come on! Come on! Let's go! Diva! Come on! Hey! Why did that sound like a baby? You heard it too, didn't you?
In the first clip, you see some buckets falling over twice, despite being placed securely. Sure, that could be blamed on something like wind or an animal, but things take a creepier turn in the next video. This time you can hear what sounds like a baby crying somewhere nearby, even though no one else is around. It's eerie to say the least. The last clip is the most disturbing of all. You can actually make out a figure in the distance, and right after spotting it, a strange sound comes from that same direction. A lot of people might brush it off as a hoax, but if it was all staged, how do you explain the horses reacting so nervously each time? What's your take on it? Around 9 a.m. on a Friday, police were called to a comfort inn after getting reports of a disturbance. What followed was caught on body cam. When officers knocked on the hotel room door, a woman inside asked who it was. They identified themselves as police, and she responded by asking what the problem was. Instead of cooperating, she started rambling about unrelated things while the officers repeatedly asked her to unlock the door. She refused, saying she wouldn't come out unless she could talk to her lawyer. Despite continued attempts to get her to open up, she kept stalling.
And I'm going to my lawyers. I want you all to calm down for a minute.
Unlock the door,
and I will
please.
unlock it for you.
Okay, go ahead and remove it.
Now,
Unlock it.
might I ask why?
Because we're telling you to.
Do you have a warrant?
I don't need a warrant. Don't need one.
Why was that lady?
You're going to jail.
All right, you've been warned.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep, so are we. Open the door.
What do you want me to do, baby?
Unlock the door.
Okay, are you going to arrest me?
Unlock the door.
No, go get my lawyer.
Okay, now you just added a charge of resisting. Good
No,
job.
I would like to speak with my lawyer. The lady replied to the fruits.
Cool. You just got trespass after warning and resisting.
I'm going to leave if it's all right then.
Yeah, come on
you
out.
are leaving.
Come on out.
I believe that the hotel across the street tried to poison me over chlorine. I tried to go there last night to run from the guy that I believe is a pedophile above my head. And then I was refused service at 2
I'm not going to rush on you. Unlock the door.
All right, well, open the
Well,
door.
that's a big deal to some people,
All
okay?
right, well, open the
Just
door.
like something getting poisoning.
Unlock the door, please.
Sir, I was
Ma'am.
asking. I told you guys about Wilson's
Okay, just
thing that was closed.
remove that lock, and we'll talk further.
Well, might we go outside so that I can...
I think that sounds like an excellent idea. Why don't you
Step on
unlock
out.
that door?
I'm trying to compromise with you guys.
Okay, well,
you know how scary it is
we're-
being in my position? My mom is
Yes,
dead.
ma'am. We're in a
My
compromising
stepdad is
mood. Go ahead and open that up.
I'm trying to get to my own business, and there is so many
Would you unlock the door, please?
gold hoop in the floor.
We're getting a special.
Eventually, the officers had to force the door open. As they did, she questioned what they were doing and again said she wanted to speak to her lawyer.
Sir, calm down, and I'll give you a second. Just calm down. You don't have to break in the door. Just
Apparently
calm
you
down.
do.
Just chill. I'll open.
Unlock it. Here we go.
Look, man, what do you want me to say to you? That's
Fantastic.
I want to speak with my lawyer.
Okay, you're going to need a lawyer.
Yes, you do. Stop.
When they tried to arrest her, she resisted and tried to pull away. That's when officers used a taser on her. After being hit, she dropped to the ground, calling it scary. But once told to put her hands behind her back, she complied without further resistance.
And who might y'all be? I ain't right number, mother. How many of us have been
Taser. Put your hands behind your back.
Stop,
Put your hands
please.
behind your back.
Yes, sir, I will. I apologize. It's so scary, I don't know what to do.
Face down. Hands behind your back.
Please, I'm not anyone. I'm just someone's daughter lost down here. I'm gonna shut up. I want to speak to my lawyer. I want to speak to my lawyer from Punta Gorda.
You'll get a chance to do that.
Thank you, sir. I apologize. That was horrible. Please don't do this to me, you guys. Look at the blueprints.
All right. Go ahead and sit up.
I'm so sorry. Why'd I have this?
Hold on.
Where's your wallet?
My wallet is in my...
Is it in your purse?
I believe it's in my beats.
No.
Might I have a cigarette?
Have you taken anything today?
No, sir.
Because you're a little on the extra side.
I'm just going through something really hard. And when I went to the place where they were supposed to solve it, they were more concerned with time McLeod than they were with helping me get to the therapist. Now, I did get to the therapist, but the mental health ladies, they don't cover under the judge. They flutter around like they can do whatever they want.
Oh, you will be going to jail today for trespass after warning
No,
and
I asked her who she was, and she didn't tell me who she was, sir. I'd like for you to rethink it for a moment.
I don't ever think anything.
Can I please go to the BHU and calm down? I finally got my hair untangled, and that's where the judge asked me to go. I had to ask him 3 times for an MHE, not a psych. So I don't know where they were going to put me, but if they shaved my head, I was going to freak out. So, like, I'm going to go to prison for 8 years if you guys take me off instead of being able to do my business.
I didn't do that to you.
Yeah, you did when you let Ellen sell me like a slave.
You're going to stop in the car.
Can I have a cigarette, please, sir? Why is it my fault?
Stop tensing up.
I want someone to collect my property. Please bring
Stop tensing up.
I have $200 glasses on.
Stop.
Goddamn bought so I can get into that studio.
And you're going to walk like
and
a
it's
grown-up.
my studio.
Do you understand me?
Yes, sir, I do.
You
Yes, sir, yes,
understand
sir.
The officers checked her belongings and ID before helping her up and walking her to the police car. She was later charged with resisting an officer without violence and trespassing. At first, it looks like this person is either having a medical emergency or totally forgot how to drive, but turns out it's neither. The driver is a 17-year-old who doesn't have a license but should at least know the basics. He took his brother's car without asking and freaked out after hitting the first vehicle. From there, things spiraled. Turns out the front axle was busted, which caused the rest of the crashes. Now both he and his brother are looking at some hefty fines.
Talking about political shit. I'm cool. I'm not gonna hurt nobody, babe. My food right here.
On August 1, 2024, police in Florida responded to a disturbance at a hotel. A woman at the hotel bar was reportedly being aggressive toward other guests. When officers arrived, they found her in the lobby, clearly upset. She told them it was just a political conversation that got out of hand. Bodycam footage later showed a man with a scratch on his face. He said he had scratched him while he was trying to calm things down. According to him, the woman had started quizzing people about their political views and then called them rats. The woman denied doing anything wrong, claiming all she did was swat his hand away from her face.
Have your idea with you? Yes, I do, baby.
Why is she scratching your face? What happened?
I was trying to de-escalate and get her out.
Okay.
Because she became very confrontational at the bar at that night with his face, and they're just trying to move her out this way.
Yeah. Was anything physical?
No, the only thing that I did was smack his hand out of my face.
When he touch you, or he just came like
He
this?
went right here in my space. I said, "Get your hands on my face, bitch," because I didn't do that to you.
Okay.
So she started talking about politics and Donald Trump or whatever. She started asking them who they were voting for and whatever, and I didn't do the whole political thing. Sure. So then the next thing I know, she's calling them rats.
Because he tried to put his finger in my square and I smacked his goofy ass.
Okay.
I sure did.
All right. Do me a favor, just stay here with my partner and I'll be right with you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the woman causing the disturbance kept ranting, even saying bizarre things like threatening to paint with a man's blood.
You guys okay? Were you guys part of what was happening, or?
Yeah, she was just like off the rails.
Yeah.
She was just like very insulting, and like she was like having a conversation, and then she just like smacked.
Okay.
I smacked his little hand and he called the police. Put your hand in the back of my face because you lucky I ain't choked the shit out of you. Because, baby, I'm a liberal arts major. I choke you and make the war of art. And make paintings of your blood with my fingers. Finger paintings of blood. That's what we was talking about, and the bitch from Staten Island got mad because I said everyone from Staten Island is rats.
He stepped up like a brave Samaritan, and he got the worst end of it, and he didn't. I got you. And that's why he's bleeding, because he stepped up.
I don't know. She went from 0 to crazy real fast. Yeah. Okay. So.
Did you get his info?
Yep.
Yeah.
If I hit somebody, you know they would have been bleeding. You see the arms. This way or that way. Because if I hit you, it's going to connect.
Is this lady allowed to go back to her room?
She can to get herself, yes.
She's not allowed to stay?
Unfortunately, she has to leave with just everything. My money back?
Hotel staff told police the woman would need to leave the property. She asked for a refund and led officers to her room to collect her belongings.
Let's go. I was already halfway to California anyways. You guys suck with medical care, you suck with justice, and you always take this sides when you know it's people like that that get us to our limit. it took a lot to get me this way, and it took this political campaign to make me break. Yeah.
Inside the room, she continued talking nonstop, getting too close to the officers.
Yeah.
You have.
Huh? A lot.
A lot?
In the middle of the night. Where the am I gonna go? Sit in front of their building for 50 hours?
There's other hotels.
No, it's not. You cannot check in before 2 o'clock, and you know that.
Let's get your stuff.
Where am I supposed to go? To jail?
No, you can check in another hotel.
No, I can't.
Ma'am, come on. Let's just get your stuff.
The only place I could check in is those hotels with prostitutes and crackheads.
Any hotel.
It's past 9 o'clock.
That does not matter.
All right.
All the hotels in
All
here
right,
in
just
Orlando.
go. Just go.
Well,
Please.
no, we gotta wait for you to pick
Just
up
go
your
right
stuff.
here.
Ma'am,
Just go right here.
stuff, because if you refuse to leave, then you will go to jail.
Listen, baby.
Do not get close.
Don't do it.
Do not get close.
Don't do it.
You know I would never hurt you.
Do not.
Okay, be
do not touch me.
aggressive.
Grab your stuff.
Can you please give
Grab
me
your
time to
stuff.
figure out where I need to go?
They warned her to back up. She told them not to touch her things, claiming they might steal them, then tried to shut the door on them. The officers didn't arrest her yet, hoping she would cooperate.
If you refuse to leave
Why?
after this,
We
I'm taking
came
you to
here.
jail.
We figure out what happened on the fight. That one is not.
What fight happened?
Well, there was an argument that apparently got physical. You even mentioned to me that you slapped the guy because he came close to you and put the hands in your face.
He went like this.
Okay.
And you
So
said you
that's
was
the
gonna
fight.
arrest me. See, for some bullshit, move. I got stuff. Move.
Don't lock the door.
I need to change. Move.
Grab your stuff.
All right, bet. This is what we doing. Come on now. All I wanted to do was change. I gotta change out the dress. You want the show?
Grab your stuff.
Yeah, I am.
And put it up. Put your
Come
clothes
on
on.
now. You know this is illegal, right?
Put your clothes on.
You know it's illegal, right?
Yeah, put your
Move
clothes
around.
and let's go.
I cannot move in no dress. Go.
I'm not leaving until you
Go
grab your
for
stuff.
what?
Because you're trespassed from here.
I'm trespassed?
Yes. They just gave you your warning.
She gave me a trespass?
Ma'am.
Go get my money.
Get out of my face.
Stop playing with me. Hold on. I moved.
No.
I got out your face.
Well, jail.
I got out your face, babe. I got out your face.
If you keep acting up, you're gonna get
upset.
another.
Listen, are you
Yes,
gonna
babe.
put your clothes and go?
Yes. I just
Put
want
your
you to
clothes-
give me
put
my
your clothes
space.
Well, we're
I want you to give
asking
me
you.
my space. You're not.
Yeah. You want space, but you're coming towards me.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
I
You
don't know that.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
You don't have to come this close that I can smell your breath.
So why did the man hit me then? Why did he come in my space and hurt me and put his finger in my
That
face?
was not me.
If
that
it's-
was not
I'm
me,
showing
and
you what
everybody-
I went through. It's not fair.
Get trash.
It's not fair, babe.
Once
It's
your
not
stuff
fair.
is back,
It's not fair.
Eventually, she dressed again and continued ranting, accusing the officer of disrespect and warning him she'd remember it forever. She finally packed her things, joking and even fist-bumping an officer. She wore a crown, saying she needed to look good for a mugshot.
Where the little black shoes? It's all good. If I don't have no shoes, I'm finna take pictures of this. It's all good. I tell you not to touch them. Stop touching stuff. I can't touch you. Why you gonna touch my stuff? Move.
Downstairs, she refused help with her luggage, then delayed calling an Uber. Instead, she took pictures of the officers and continued acting erratically. Eventually, the officers lost patience and decided to arrest her.
No money for 15 days. My room is $157 a day, and you don't make that. Push the cart. Stop playing with me, bro. I don't want to go to jail.
you're going to jail.
Babe,
Don't fight.
I'm not gonna fight. I'm fed up, babe.
We gave you more than enough time to do what you needed to do.
Why you
refusing to leave property?
It's a hill. It's a hill. Can you just push the cart?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You're going to jail arrest.
Why you gonna wait until I get outside to take me to jail?
We've asked you to leave.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Wait. Okay. No, okay. I'm gonna leave.
She refused to walk to the car, so they had to carry her.
Hold on.
Please stop. I wanna
Stop kicking.
I'm not.
Stop kicking.
I packed. Please let me just go.
Hey, roll around her back.
No!
Stop biting!
I'm not biting! Chance! I packed everything by myself. Why me?
Who's on the other side?
Ow!
Do not fight.
Get off of me!
Ah! Get off me! You got
Jason! Got it? He's off?
Yeah.
She was charged with 3 counts of resisting arrest with violence, 3 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, and trespassing. Anyone who watches these kinds of videos knows it's never a good sign when it starts with a shot at train tracks, and this one's no exception. Even with the train whistle blaring in the distance, this truck driver decides to try his luck and cross the tracks anyway. Bad move. He only makes it halfway before the crossing arms come down, leaving him stuck. A few nearby drivers catch on quick and move out of the way just in time, right before the train slams into the truck and tears it apart like a can opener. Honestly, it could have ended a lot worse. This CCTV footage recorded in September 2021 in New Jersey shows the devastating flooding caused by Hurricane Ida. In the video, you can see that the family's basement is already nearly completely flooded, with the water reaching ankle depth. Unfortunately, that's not the only issue that unfolds. Take a look. The pressure from the floodwaters causes the wall to collapse, flooding the entire basement in just seconds. The man in the footage manages to get to the basement, steps in and escapes the rising water without injury. He and his family had been working to clear the water from the basement before things took a dangerous turn. What's really shocking is that if the wall had given way just moments earlier, it could have been a tragic outcome for this family. It was the afternoon of October 12, 2023 when Florida deputies pulled over a DoorDash driver for weaving dangerously through traffic on the highway. What started as a routine traffic stop quickly spiraled into a tense and chaotic encounter.
Hey, grab the steering wheel. Grab the steering wheel. Sheriff's Office Deputy Todd, is there a reason why you're cutting in and out of traffic like that?
I got something to do.
Okay, well now I'm going to need your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. You're now going, that's going to have to wait now.
I'm just saying, I got to deliver.
Sir, I'm asking you for your driver's license, registration, proof of
Obviously,
insurance.
that's what I was looking for. Why do you think I was doing
Sir,
it?
then continue to do that, please.
You know what? I can't find it.
Well, that's a problem.
That's your problem. Go write it out. Go do something then.
The driver, clearly frustrated and defiant, didn't want to cooperate. When officers asked for his license, registration, and proof of insurance, he refused, insisting he was just trying to find his things, even as he argued back and resisted their instructions.
He's refusing to lower the window. This is a rental vehicle, so I cannot identify him.
The situation got heated fast. The man didn't just argue, he pushed back hard, claiming the officers were overstepping and harassing him.
Get out! No! Get out!
No.
Get out!
Get out!
Get out! Get out!
Bro.
Get out!
Bro.
Get out!
You just,
Get out!
Bro. I'm talking. Bro. Stop. Stop. Bro, stop. Stop. Bro, stop. Bro, stop.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
I didn't
Hands behind your
do
back.
anything.
Hands behind your back.
Bro, I'm
You're
over
under
here looking
arrest.
for my... Oh my God.
Got it.
Sir, excuse me. Bro, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
You're under arrest now.
I'm not restraining. Go chill.
As the confrontation dragged on, his tone shifted from anger to despair. He began talking about how this stop could ruin everything for him, how he might end up homeless or worse. He even made some alarming comments about harming himself and said he'd never forget what the officers were doing to him.
Oh no, can you ask? Hold on, bro.
Turn over.
Oh, I'm like, come on, can I do this?
No. All right. Stay like that.
Damn, bro. Wow.
I'm gonna ask you to get out here.
You didn't ask me to get out. You just kept knocking on my window.
I'm gonna ask you to get up and you're gonna go to the back of my vehicle. Ready?
All right. Bro, can you
sit
get
down,
my phone, bro? Bro, I can't breathe. Excuse me. Bro, I can't breathe in here. I can't breathe in here, bro. I can't breathe in here. I'm being honest with you. I can't breathe.
The driver then stopped claiming he was being wronged, and at one point, he said he planned to take the department to court for what he believed was mistreatment.
I did the right thing, bro. Y'all did the right thing, and I'm picking up all y'all cameras, because I didn't do nothing, bro. On that camera, you see me looking for my shit, man. And I said, talk to me. Let me know what you need. You did not say a thing. You proceeded to pull me out of the car and jack me out of that shit, man. It's because you, man, don't bring that shit on me, but God gonna kill your ass in the right way, you little That's why I'm gonna your daughter when I get out, too. And I'm gonna your wife, you bitch-ass nigga. All y'all probably swinging. I'm gonna catch y'all ass out that motherfucker, too. And I'm gonna thumb through her shit, and I'm gonna rape your daughter, you bitch. I got $1 million case on y'all now. I got $1 million case on y'all now. Ooh, I'm over here trying to deliver food, my nigga. About I'm resisting arrest. I'm not resisting arrest. I'm closing my door because I'm in my vehicle. And I'm trying to look for my things so that I could give you the proper instructions so that you could go ahead and do what you need to do.
Are you refusing to identify yourself still?
And I'll go to the indication for reason.
That's fine, then I'll book you into jail under John Doe.
If you need me to give you my identity, I will give it to you. I have not had enough time to give you my things and actually do these things. You are acting as a child right now, and I'm trying to be an adult with you. I don't care about what you got going on. I already got a lawyer, and I already got a case. You can do whatever you want. Just tell me what you need, and I'll give it to you. And you can suck a dick, too, you because I can tell you that, you take it in the ass. What do you want, my social security number? Yes, please. No, you're not getting that. I'm gonna be honest with you. You a ass nigga. You know that you the law. You know what you just did, bro.
This incident wasn't just about a reckless driver. It painted a larger picture. It highlighted the pressure gig workers face to meet tight deadlines, the lack of understanding some people have about how police stops work, and how quickly things can escalate when no one backs down. It also showed how deeply mental health can play into high-stress situations like this, and why officers need proper training to handle those moments with care. The whole scene was caught on camera, as most are these days, adding another layer of accountability and scrutiny. In the end, what could have been a simple stop turned into a sobering reminder of just how fragile and volatile these encounters can be, both for civilians and police. This video, recorded by spectators at an air show in Michigan in 2023, captures an old Soviet jet flying over a lake. Everything seems to be going smoothly, with the crowd mesmerized by the plane. However, things quickly take a turn, as you'll see.
That just crashed. Holy f***.
You see the plane still? Oh!
Oh my God! Oh!
While flying over the lake, something goes wrong and the pilot is forced to eject, letting the plane continue flying on its own until it crashes nearby. The pilot lands safely in the lake and survives. Unfortunately, when the crash happened, there were reports that it might have injured some civilians. The plane ended up crashing into a row of parked cars, but fortunately, they were unoccupied.
Car's still on.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
my radio. 7614.
January 4, 2022. It was a tense afternoon when officers responded to what initially looked like a standard arrest, but things quickly took a turn. The suspect, a woman believed to be involved in illegal activity, was visibly distressed. As the situation played out, it became clear there was more to it than expected. This wasn't just an arrest, it was a balancing act to keep the situation from spiraling out of control. Her emotions only made things harder. One moment she was lashing out, the next she was breaking down.
Excuse me. Have you read my rights? No. Let go of me.
And you know, on 25, I could give a response.
Come on, Barry, guys. I need you to shoot me.
76.
Am I armed?
13, I'm a block out.
Am I armed?
Yes,
Am I armed?
7614, carry you.
For you guys
One in custody, slow the units, and advise 7640. Taser deployed.
Excuse you.
What's your phone? Yes, I just carry you.
Hold on. Here are you. You can slow them down, but keep sending units to the possible other offenders in the building.
Perimeter on that building. If you think there's a second subject, then they'll get recorded.
Shoot me! Kill me! Kill me! Why you draw a gun on me? Kill me! Shoot me! Shoot me! Why the f y'all got?
The strain was evident on everyone. The officers weren't just enforcing the law, they were dealing with a deeply emotional person in front of them, all while trying to stay focused under pressure. And with everything happening in public, every move they made was under a microscope, not just for safety, but for how the community would judge the outcome.
I'm not going nowhere. You guys are ruining the law. Hell no.
13. I'm probably on a 3.
Kill me, motherfuckers! I'm gonna kill you!
In the end, this wasn't just about one woman being arrested. It was a glimpse into how complex police work can be when mental health, emotion, and public perception all come crashing together. It showed just how critical communication, calmness, and emotional intelligence are in law enforcement, because in situations like this, it's not just about tactics, it's about people. That moose was definitely cranky, but hey, the smooth-moving antelope-looking animal with 3-foot horns should be way friendlier, right? And at first it is. It seems to enjoy being hand-fed. But those massive horns, still a bit hard to control. The poor woman ends up getting whacked in the head pretty hard. Moral of the story, when in doubt, just leave wild animals alone. You'll avoid a lot of bumps and bruises that way. While it's pretty clear this woman might be dealing with some kind of mental health issue, it's hard not to laugh at how perfectly bizarre this video is. She casually walks away from the front desk, hops onto the conveyor belt, peeks behind the curtain, and then just gets pulled into the back like it's no big deal. Luckily, it's mostly just luggage back there and not some dangerous machinery, so she's not at serious risk. Still, what a wild and unexpected ride. This clip from 2016 shows a group of drunk teens in Germany messing around with a risky experiment, which, as you can guess, isn't the smartest move when you've been drinking. They probably didn't expect things to go as badly as they did.
Ich mache. Oh, Robin. Das ist nicht euer Ernst. Nee.
Gut, dass niemand weiß. Silikonspray. Dose wird so heiß. Hey, Junge. Das war's. Das war erst die Ruhe vor dem Sturm. Du Scheiße. Ach du Scheiße.
Out of nowhere, whatever they toss into the wood furnace explodes, catching everyone in the basement totally off guard. Despite the blast, they burst into laughter, not really grasping how serious the situation could have been. Later, it turned out one of them had thrown an aerosol can into the furnace, which caused the explosion. They were lucky no one was seriously hurt, because this easily could have ended in disaster.
Псиной пахнет, блядь. Ты смотри, он бы нас это... Раз, два, три, четыре. Раз, два, три, четыре. Ё... Николай, что делать-то?
Most animals don't really know how to deal with headlights, and when they get caught in them, they tend to panic a bit. In this clip, a guy known as the Swearing Russian runs into a moose that, thanks to the way the lights are hitting it, thinks it's stuck in a tight space. Instead of moving, the moose freezes up, then suddenly spins around and charges, thinking the car is some kind of huge mechanical threat.
Тихо. Вот сука. Машину падла, блядь.
And yeah, moose are no joke. If you ever end up in a situation like this, try turning off your headlights for a few seconds. It might help. On the popular Ghost subreddit, a user named Chosen12803 shared a spooky video his sister filmed while she was at the hospital. Being there because you're sick is bad enough, but running into something otherworldly while you're there? That's next level creepy. The clip, which was recorded back in 2020, shows her panning down a quiet hospital hallway, and it doesn't take long before things get weird. A strange ghost-like figure appears in the corridor, just lingering there. In another video, she films over her shoulder, and sure enough, that same eerie presence pops up again. She seems to try checking out the area, maybe to see if anyone or anything was really there, but she doesn't find a thing, which might actually be for the best. Who knows what could have happened if she got too close. Hopefully, whatever the ghostly figure was, it's no longer hanging around those hospital halls. Here's another video that leaves you scratching your head even with a backstory. A big group of guys in Karachi, Pakistan are seen tearing down signs outside a Samsung store after a rumor spread about offensive content. Supposedly, someone set up a Wi-Fi device at the store that played something disrespectful about the Prophet Muhammad. Turns out the store had nothing to do with it, and no one knows who actually put the device there, but by then the damage was done. It took a ton of police to calm the furious crowd. At Yellowstone National Park, a bear is seen casually wandering near the road while a park ranger shouts at tourists to get back in their cars. Some people don't seem to get that even if the bear looks calm and uninterested, that can change in an instant. Wild animals are unpredictable. You really can't afford to take chances around them.
It's fucking fine, dude. It's fine. Here.
This next video kicks off with a pretty normal street scene. A guy's just walking up to his moped, probably about to head out. And out of nowhere, a sewer pipe under the street blows up, launching chunks of asphalt into the air and spraying mud and debris everywhere. There's no warning, it just erupts suddenly, making a huge mess. The guy with the moped is super close, but luckily he doesn't get hit. After the blast, the street's a wreck, covered in mud and broken pavement. It's a wild reminder of how much pressure can build up underground and how things can go sideways fast. It all happened on Christmas Eve, December 24, 2023, when police responded to a call about a domestic dispute between a woman and her boyfriend. The couple had recently gotten back together after a 2-month separation, but tensions had clearly resurfaced, this time over who had the right to stay in the home. When officers arrived, the woman explained that things hadn't turned physical, just verbal, and that she simply wanted to collect her belongings and leave.
Anybody next door or just here?
No, it's upstairs, but I got it.
You want us to hang out while you get your stuff?
No.
Sure?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good day. What's up?
He's trying to tell her she's got to leave now. She doesn't want to leave, but
What's the situation here?
He just wants me to leave, and I'm not gonna leave. Like, I live here too.
You live here?
Yeah.
He lives here?
Yeah.
You have kids?
Yeah, we have kids.
Okay. How
My
long have you
kids
been
are here
together?
right now. 7 years.
Okay. How long have you been living here?
2 years.
You
told me it's been a few days.
No, like we just got back together, so I just moved in. But we've been living here since last August.
When did you
Or
move out?
August before. Huh?
When did you move out?
Like 2 months ago.
Okay, and then you moved back in 3 days ago.
Yeah, a couple days ago. I just turned on the electric. I mean, I'll leave. It's not a problem, but he's not gonna keep sitting there trying to harass me.
Right.
I told him to go upstairs.
with
to leave me alone
you,
so I can put my stuff in my car.
with you having moved out 2 months ago and then moving back in 3 days ago, I mean, technically that would violate the residency, as far as you having established residency. But I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to convince him to let you stay, or
No,
do
just
you
tell me
want
to
to
go upstairs so I
bounce?
get my stuff in my car. That's it.
Okay. What's his name?
Give me a second.
At first, officers tried to mediate the situation and keep things calm, but it quickly escalated.
And she just wants to grab her stuff and go.
Right there.
So
That's all she brought from home, girl.
She have anything else upstairs?
No, sir. You can ask her.
Okay.
What y'all came from?
Huh?
I said, I don't know what y'all came for. You ain't even touched nobody. You ain't did nothing. Put the stuff downstairs.
Okay. Shouldn't have anything else in there?
No, sir.
Upstairs.
We're not gonna
go
do
back
that.
upstairs. I don't want you staying there. Go back upstairs.
Just grab your stuff so we can go.
It's not your house. It's not in your name. Go upstairs now.
Okay, listen, we're not gonna do that.
Go.
Stop. Stop.
Ma'am.
Okay, now we can walk back to the sidewalk.
Come on.
Go upstairs.
Ma'am, come on.
Come on. Let's go.
Go upstairs now.
I'm not here to yell at people. Let's go. What's your name? What are we doing?
Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
Look.
Go upstairs now.
All right, Ed. Hey, stop it.
Stop.
Stop.
The woman grew increasingly agitated and refused to follow police instructions. As they attempted to manage the scene, she resisted and was eventually taken into custody.
Stand for 1, 2, 3. Alright. He's double locked. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Get on our side.
On your left side. Stay there. There's no need for all of this. After all that, we're still doing this.
Whatever, she wants to run her mouth, let her. Stand up. Let's go this way.
You don't get it when I get up. Keep laughing, bitch.
I got it. Does this come off? Yeah, it's wrapped around your arms. That's why I got it claspers. Why did we do that?
Cause I'm heartbroken. He was supposed to be home to watch our kids, and he was out all night with a bitch I don't like.
But now you're going to jail on Christmas Eve.
You being heartbroken what's that?
For something silly.
I've been hurting these past months, and he don't see that he just got in jail for domestic violence on me.
Right, and guess what? You just gave him exactly what he wanted.
Cause he's been hanging out with the same girl he was hanging out with the day he got locked up, the night before he got locked up.
And guess what?
And she's about to be here. Like, come on.
And now she's gonna be here, and you're in jail. You gave him exactly what he wanted. Come on. It's ridiculous. You're not dumb. Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Okay. Have a seat in the back until we can get a female here to search you, okay?
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you come get my stuff?
Where is it at?
In front of the house.
So what's going on?
I'm in the back of a cop car.
Okay.
The cop has the phone, so you can talk to him.
Okay.
Alright.
You good? You want me to talk to her?
You can.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I guess she wants you to come get her car and her purse.
Hello.
Hey. Sorry I had to be
So, she's going to jail?
Yep.
Okay.
It was just supposed to be to get property, and we went up on the porch to get the rest of her stuff, and she decided to try to start
In front of you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, she's going to jail for that, for domestic violence battery, and she might catch a resist arrest charge because she didn't want to be handcuffed. So I guess she just wants you to take her purse.
She was charged with domestic battery and resisting arrest. It also came to light during the incident that the couple had a rocky history of domestic issues. The emotional weight of the situation was palpable, made even heavier by the fact that it all unfolded on a holiday. In the end, the video capturing the event shows the woman being led away while officers explain the situation to the boyfriend's mother, highlighting not just the legal consequences but the deep emotional impact these disputes can have on everyone involved.
Get out of the way! Move! Oh my god, get out of the way! I have to go! Please stop! You're holding traffic! Stop! No! Go! Go!
This video might be one of the strongest cases yet against driverless taxis. It shows two guys bothering a woman, trying to get her number while she's clearly uncomfortable and just wants the car to drive off, but they won't take the hint.
Go! No! Get out! Get out! Move! Stop!
If there had been an actual probably foreign driver, he might have had at least threatened to move the car and scare them off, but for now, these robot cars are still stuck following the rulebook, no hurting humans. This next video is a strange one and it comes with zero explanation. It was uploaded way back in May 2008 by a Russian YouTuber who, from the looks of it, got woken up in the middle of the night and decided to grab a camera and start filming. The clip shows him walking through his house, breathing heavily and clearly freaked out by something. Let's check out what went down. As he moves through the house, the lights keep flickering on and off. He walks into a room and suddenly an object on the desk starts moving by itself. Right after that, a bunch of stuff crashes to the floor behind him. You can hear him start to panic, and then, just like that, the video cuts out. We never got a follow-up explaining what happened, but the guy's YouTube channel is still active, and he even posted something as recently as last year, so he seems to be doing fine now. Hopefully, whatever that weird energy or poltergeist was, it decided to leave him alone for good. Just after midnight on April 18, 2023, a deadly shooting took place on Newcastle Street in southwest Atlanta. When officers arrived, they found two men who had been shot. Tragically, one, 33 years old, was already dead. The other, a 32-year-old man, was still alive but in critical condition and was rushed to the hospital. To help with the investigation, Atlanta police released surveillance footage showing two men believed to be connected to the shooting. One was wearing a shirt in Draco We Trust, while the other had long dreadlocks and a long jacket, details that could help the public recognize them. Now, police are asking anyone with information to come forward. They're hoping someone saw something or knows something that could help identify the suspects and bring them to justice. This case is a stark reminder of the ongoing issues of weapon violence in our cities and how community involvement is essential in solving crimes and preventing future tragedies. This next video kicks off with a guy casually filming a river from the riverbank, just watching the water flow by, but then things take a turn. Out of nowhere, a huge surge of water rushes in, quickly flooding the grassy spot he's standing on. With barely any time to think, he's forced to climb a nearby tree to keep from getting swept away. It looks like the flood was caused by either a sudden release of water upstream or a natural surge, turning solid ground into a raging current in seconds. This next video is a tough one to watch. It's from the devastating wildfires that hit Hawaii not too long ago. The Maui wildfires in August 2023 were some of the deadliest and most destructive in US history. This clip takes us to the town of Lahaina, which was almost completely wiped out. Take a look.
You're gonna be okay, Milo. Holy. Both sides, to the left and the right, are on fire. White smoke starting to come, which means the fire's starting to die out. Scary.
In the video, you can see a teenage local jumping into the Pacific Ocean to escape the flames. There is also a father in the water holding his child trying to stay safe. These fires tore through the island of Maui, with Lahaina getting hit the hardest. In total, 115 people lost their lives and countless homes, businesses, and wildlife were destroyed. The damage added up to around $5.2 billion. A guy captures a wild moment from a pretty weird spot. He's actually hiding inside a snow cave to avoid getting caught in an avalanche. At first, it's hard to tell what's going on, but once you realize where he is, it's tense.
有雪崩了！我的天，这次雪崩崩的大呀！ 咱们俩不会被困在里面了吧？咱们俩还能出去了吗？我操！
As the avalanche roars by, snow starts piling up at the cave entrance and everything goes dark. When it finally settles, he's half buried inside. Not exactly the luxury ski trip he probably had in mind. Hiding in a snow cave during an avalanche? super risky. If too much snow blocks the entrance, you're stuck with no easy way out. And unlike regular avalanche victims, rescuers can't easily find you with their gear if your little cave collapses. Definitely a sketchy situation this guy got himself into. On April 18, 2023, a powerful 6.2 magnitude earthquake struck Istanbul, Turkey, creating widespread panic across the city. As the tremors rattled buildings and streets, a man was caught on surveillance footage leaping from a building to escape the quake. He landed on the roof of a parked car but miraculously survived, though he was seen limping away with possible injuries. Bystanders rushed to help him, showing a strong sense of community during the crisis. Over 150 people were injured, many from similar desperate leaps for safety. However, there was minimal structural damage, with only one building reported to have collapsed. In response, schools were closed for the week and repurposed as safe spaces for those affected by the disaster. The good news was that there were no fatalities, and the community's resilience and mutual support were evident throughout. This event underscores Istanbul's vulnerability to earthquakes, being located in the North Anatolian Fault. It also highlights the importance of urban safety measures, proper building standards, and public education on earthquake preparedness. Despite the terrifying nature of the event, the city's response demonstrated strength, unity, and hope in the face of adversity. These two workers walk up to an industrial machine to fix it, but they make a big mistake. They don't double check that the power is completely shut off. Then, out of nowhere, the machine suddenly kicks on. A massive explosion tore through a house after a suspected gas leak, forcing nearby residents to evacuate. Police rushed to the scene in Nottinghamshire around 7:30 p.m., where they found the house had completely collapsed. Several homes in the area have been evacuated, and a number of roads are now closed, according to Nottinghamshire police. Authorities said they're working to make sure all residents are safe and have asked people to stay away from the area. Chief Inspector Neil Humphreys confirmed that officers will remain at the scene overnight. Fire crews from Warsaw, Worksop, and Mansfield stations are currently on site. A spokesperson for Nottinghamshire Fire and Rescue said firefighters are currently responding to a gas explosion on John Street in Worksop. In this next clip, a family is hanging out in the kitchen testing out some kind of DIY gadget. And as we all know, homemade inventions never go wrong, right? Watch what happens.
Gasolina borbulhando, gerando vapor da gasolina e gerando fogo. Se pá, vira até maçarico. Olha só, libera mais pressão.
They've rigged up an air pump to push gas through a bottle of flammable liquid, basically making a budget blowtorch. But when the guy running it tries to lower the flame, the pressure drops, and instead of gas going out, the liquid shoots up the tube that sprays burning fuel everywhere, lighting up parts of the kitchen almost instantly. Chaos breaks out as everyone rushes to get away from the spreading fire. Not exactly the best idea to mess with fire science in an enclosed space.
Okay.
Don't get me on video, please.
Oh, sh**.
Watch out, baby. That tire's gonna blow off.
Hold on, stop, dude. That car's not blowing off. That tire's good, dude.
Oh, God. Please tell me you don't have kids in there.
You stop recording, dude. This is like some serious shit. Like, she has like some... Okay, dude, this is her. She has like, I don't know, dude. Can you like stop, dude? It's not
Why? You know how many cops are around here?
I'm not the one driving. Am I driving? Yeah, I'm with her. Like, over here. Like, why do you guys...
Well, looks like the kids are real safe. I don't.
Getting through a construction zone downtown is tough, but this driver takes it to a whole new level. It's not clear what they were thinking, trying to squeeze between two fences and ending up blowing out a few tires in the process. Instead of backing out, they push forward, scraping up their nice car badly. The woman helping out does a terrible job guiding and then gets mad at someone filming. Things get heated when she's called out. To top it all off, there are young ones in the car, making the situation even more chaotic.
Yeah, somebody, yeah. I want to walk over there.
This is a sidewalk. I can't even get in.
I want to walk through here, but I'm scared of the back. Yeah, I want to walk through here, but I'm scared of my kids. Oh, yeah.
Dude, the cops are gonna come. Stop, dude. Stop, dude. That's dumb.
Be careful. Your friend's going to run you over. Be careful. He's about to almost run you over. Be careful, okay?
My car? No.
See?
That's dumb. That's dumb.
In the end, the driver somehow gets out, but with 4 flat tires, a wrecked car, and after crashing into someone else. Oh, and she leaves her friend behind too.
Get them now! Move! Get them now! Move!
A plane crashed into UK Holiday Park and went up in flames, with locals saying they heard a loud bang and felt a shockwave. Police rushed to Wycliffe Bay Holiday Park on the Isle of Wight just before 2:30 p.m. today, April 12th, after reports that a small aircraft had gone down.
Move! Get them now! Move!
Chinese work safety videos are made to scare workers into being more cautious. They show graphic, real-life accidents from factories, construction sites, and other work settings. The goal is to shock people into following safety rules. These videos are created by government agencies and companies to cut down on workplace accidents. While they're animated, they're based on actual accidents that really happened.
听到至机坑内。
而是抬起右腿，用力蹬电动行车，导致两车发生碰撞，造成张某左足。
This video starts off looking pretty normal. A small truck parked on the street, parked to the brim with styrofoam. But like a lot of things, it only takes a few seconds for everything to go completely sideways. A young one nearby, messing around with a lighter, sparks a tiny flame on one of the styrofoam pieces. At first it's just a little burn, but in no time the fire races through the whole load. Since styrofoam catches easily and burns hot, the truck is quickly swallowed by thick, toxic smoke and flames. The real danger? When burning styrofoam mixes with a truck's fuel, it creates a sticky, deadly mess, basically homemade napalm, which is nearly impossible to put out without professional gear. It's a terrifying reminder of how fast things can escalate, especially when flammable materials and young ones with lighters mix. What would you have done if it were your young one who started the fire? This next incident happened out in Los Angeles. Stephen Levy was riding his motorcycle along the Pacific Coast Highway and stopped at an intersection to make a turn. What happens next is wild. Check it out. As Steven's waiting to turn, a car comes flying through the intersection, slams into a truck and sends it crashing straight toward him. Somehow, like unbelievably, Steven walks away with just minor injuries. In May 2023, the Chippewa County Sheriff's Office responded to a serious situation involving 39-year-old Harley Alcala, who had posted disturbing threats on Facebook ahead of a custody hearing for his daughter. His posts, which include violent language targeting courthouse staff and officials, were taken seriously by authorities. As a result, the courthouse went into lockdown, and law enforcement began planning his arrest. Police located Harley driving on US Highway 53 and initiated a high-risk traffic stop. Despite multiple attempts to talk him down, Harley refused to leave his vehicle. The standoff lasted over 90 minutes, during which he filmed officers, voiced his frustrations, and continued to resist cooperation.
Drop the keys on the ground!
Dog in the vehicle.
Drop the keys on the ground! Step out of the vehicle! He's filming. I know you're filming! I know you're filming! Step out! I understand who you are, Harley! You need to step out and cooperate right now! Harley, step out, we can talk! What's that? You got a what?
A shield.
Shield, no, not yet. He is refusing to come out of the car. Sorry, you still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Well, we got this highway shut down. We're gonna be blocked here for a while.
We got some more units coming from the south.
All right, I talked to Buyer. Buyer sent the text. They got a Bearcat. You want to send an armored up here?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, good enough.
Do you want us to make that call, or did he do that already?
I did.
Okay, we'll make the call here.
All right. Harley, step back and talk to us. Harley, I can't hear anything you're saying.
What?
Let's send him up. Harley, why don't you just step out and talk?
Harley, my name's Joan. It sounds like there's a lot to talk about, and I don't know everything that's going on. Well, I want to hear what you're saying, but it's so hard to hear you.
I'm sorry, you still there?
No, it's done. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, we're going to have traffic backed up all the way to Rice Lake. We're going to have to do something with the traffic.
Harley, I'm so sorry. I can't hear you very well. I'm going to try to call you, okay? Because I want to hear. Keep it all good. I didn't say you were. I don't think you are. I think you care about your daughter a lot.
Hey, Joan, I got his phone number.
Perfect.
I'm going to call him.
All right. I've got it. Yeah, if you want to call him, then I'll talk to him.
Keeps going to cell or to voicemail.
Harley, will you just pick up the phone?
Myself and 414 are en route with less lethal munitions. Have we considered spike strips under the tires?
We can't get in front of it right now.
Harley, I don't want any of that to happen. Is there a dog in the car?
Sounds like it.
There's a dog in the car also. He's wanting to talk if we can just keep him talking. Well, maybe that's something we can still do. We can still go to court. You seem like a good dad.
Clarkson Road up there with the multi-launcher.
What do you think? I mean, we can pop a couple of rounds into his car. He's got a dog in here. Or you want to wait for the team to roll up with a Bearcat?
I'm not in a rush.
As long as we get traffic taken care of, we're good.
We're working on the southbound traffic.
Bearcats are rolling. Yeah, Bearcats are rolling. Bearcats are rolling. We got Sniper off to our east.
I'm not. Where do you want to no.
Okay, he's back, hanging out of the vehicle, looking back at us now. Keep him busy, Joan. Keep him busy.
Got it. What about perch? You said there was some bass, but is there perch up there? Do you have a boat for the lake? Is it like a speedboat or like a...
Nice. Get behind him. Get behind him.
Go get up behind him. Drop down.
Weapons down. Weapons down.
Back up.
Move the cover.
Pull back this way! Pull back! Pull back!
He didn't want to cooperate one bit, did he?
No, but he wanted to talk, so I'll take that.
You've been here an hour and 20 minutes.
Shoved him. Yeah, he didn't have a clue about them coming up on him, so that was perfect. No.
Eventually, police were forced to deploy Pepper Boss into the car to get him to surrender. He was then safely taken into custody.
I got at least one in there.
He got the window up, but we did get some pepper inside.
Other side's open, passenger side, windows open.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
He's coming out. Doors opening.
Put your hands up! Take your seatbelt off and come out! Take your seatbelt off and come out!
One at a time.
With your right hand, undo your seatbelt! We won't hurt him! We won't hurt him! Undo your seatbelt!
Pepper. Break it on that window.
Undo your seatbelt now!
Now, do your seatbelt.
Who's got command? You got it, Bobby.
Who's got
Harley.
Come on. I know, come here. Come here.
Turn around, face away from us.
Around.
We won't.
I got this.
You got zips. You got cuffs.
Yep.
Don't hurt my dog, sir. We're not going to hurt your dog.
Following his arrest, authorities revealed that Harley had a history of personal struggles, including threats related to his custody battle and previous incidents involving domestic violence. He was charged with several felonies, such as making terrorist threats and assaulting law enforcement officers. While he was initially released on bail, he was later rearrested for violating probation. The court ultimately placed him in a mental health facility and sentenced him to probation, with the understanding that any further violations could lead to jail time. This case sheds light on the intersection of mental health, family court stress, and public safety. It also highlights the challenges law enforcement faces when dealing with volatile situations and the growing recognition within the justice system of the role mental health plays in such incidents. While video shows the intense moments right after a highway crash on an overpass, two big rigs slam into each other and end up jammed together at the top. In the clip, flames quickly start taking over the cab of one of the trucks, trapping the driver inside. With barely any time to think, the guy jumps out, straight over the side of the overpass. He lands on a grassy slope below, just missing the flames behind him. Somehow, despite that crazy fall, he walks away without any major injuries. Investigators are now reviewing surveillance footage of a jailhouse fight between two inmates, one of them accused of orchestrating the 1996 murder of rapper Tupac Shakur, and the other charged in a separate killing. That video has led to new charges for both men. Wade Davis has been locked up at the Clark County Detention Center for over 500 days as he waits for his murder trial, but an incident back in December has landed him in more legal trouble. Video obtained by 8 News now shows 53-year-old Rosalind Hamilton inside one of the facility's pods. At the same time, 61-year-old Dwayne Keffy D. Davis, the man tied to the Tupac case, is being escorted back to his cell by a jail officer. As Davis walks in, a fight suddenly breaks out between the two men. They wrestle on the ground for about 30 seconds before officers manage to pull them apart. A sergeant's body cam later captures her speaking with Davis after the scuffle.
Did you know this inmate? Were you having issues with him?
You just talk a lot of stuff.
When?
It's all the time.
Who started the fight, him or you?
You do.
Both Davis and Hamilton are housed in the jail's intensive protective custody unit due to their high profiles or affiliations. Each claims the other started the fight. Another sergeant interviewed Hamilton, who's awaiting trial for allegedly stabbing and killing a man in 2023.
Hey, what's up? At first I thought he was greeting me, but he had that look in his face. When he walked up on me, he had his fistball.
Video shows both men were injured in the brawl, though the pepper spray used by the officers in the aftermath may have caused even more harm. In a jail with nearly 3,000 inmates, the footage also suggests that some officers may not have realized just how high-profile one of the men involved was.
I'm good. Who was good?
The trial for the December altercation is set to begin in April and is expected to wrap up quickly. As for the bigger case, Davis's connection to Tupac Shakur's 1996 murder, that trial isn't scheduled to start until next February. Both men have pleaded not guilty to the new charges related to the fight. Earlier this week, a judge delayed Davis's murder trial to give his defense team more time to interview potential witnesses. Security camera footage shows two men walking down a sidewalk, each carrying the flag. Only the man with the Mexican flag is seen returning, alone, and without either flag. He appears to be scouting the area and has a noticeable tattoo on his right forearm. He shows up in a nearby parking lot before heading back the way he came. That's when things escalate. Lisa Davis was out walking with her grandkids after an Easter egg hunt in Poughkeepsie, New York, when out of nowhere a manhole exploded, launching chunks of concrete and metal into the air.
I could not imagine losing my grandchildren in front of me. That would.
As she grabbed the young ones and started running, a second manhole suddenly blew up right in front of them, followed by a third one farther down the street. These types of manhole blasts are happening more often, and they're becoming a serious concern. Lisa told Inside Edition she's just thankful that luck was on her side that day.
We just walked through that area. 5 minutes later, we come back through and boom, I'm almost blown up. I'm glad my instinct was to run and get out of there. I still feel the blast of it on my back. It felt like tremendous pressure just pushing me.
Where we're standing was where the woman was with the stroller. What caused this manhole explosion?
The coating of these underground power lines deteriorate over time, and at times they do cause some smoldering and small fires underground. A spark underground causes that explosion.
I feel lucky to be alive.
This whole accident could have been avoided with a better machine design. While the worker was loading powder into the mixer, the bag got snagged, clearly showing a big safety issue. The machine doesn't have a proper feeding setup. If it had a chute or hopper, the materials could have been loaded safely without the worker getting that close to the moving parts. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.